Welcome back to Never Watch Alone, and we return to Kaiju. And now we are bringing the most, I think probably the most monstery of all the MonsterVerse movies, King of the Monsters. And joining me as always is my good buddy Sean Wheeler. How you doing, Sean?
I'm good. Looking forward to this one.
Oh yeah, and of course, like I said, if you guys have been following us through the rest of Kaiju, I've got my good buddy Mike Wasser here because I literally cannot keep him away from any goddamn Kaiju movies that I do.
Not even a flat tire.
You're right. You did have like a flat tire last time you got here. And...
So just follow up on that story because we can. Yeah, I was worried. I got an all-wheel drive vehicle. I was worried I'd have to replace more than one tire.
Yeah.
You know, because tire tread depth and stuff like that.
Right.
I was worried I'd like have to replace all four. So I get to this used tire place my dad recommended to me, and they have one tire that fits my car.
Oh boy.
With the right tread depth. Wound up spending $30. Hell yeah.
And that was
super
for
lucky.
And that was for last week when we did Kong Skull Island, and you're like, and if you guys remember, that was a lot more fun than I remembered because
great movie.
Because I can imagine you just like waiting on the side of the road, like I am not going to miss this movie, damn it, never.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that feels like that feels like a thing, like with movies, like how to rate them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, your car breaks down and you're on the way to see this movie, how far would you actually walk? Would you actually cancel your plans?
Yeah.
Would you walk to it, or would you try to Grand Theft Auto style and try to hijack someone to get there?
It reminds me, traffic was hell today.
I
late.
I think everyone has a movie they've looked forward to enough that they've done something extreme for.
Totally.
I was actually sick the opening day of episode 1. Horribly sick, could not go to school. Sure. I took an obscene amount of Imodium AD and suffered through because I'm like, I'm not going to school, but I'm going to Star Wars.
What a disappointment that turned out to be.
I mean, I was 14 at the time, so less so.
Yeah, when you gotta have sweeter taste for that. But I'm curious though, did you guys actually see this one in the theater though?
Oh yes, I did.
After missing out opening night,
after missing out on Skull Island, I was not going to make that same mistake.
Yeah, dude.
So I actually did not manage to see it opening night because I worked evenings at the time.
Yeah, it's
all right.
That's opening day then.
Working
opening
sucks.
Morning. That was the first thing I did that day.
Nice.
I got up. There was it was either a 9 or 10 o'clock showing. I went to pick up my friend, who's the guy who got me into the whole Godzilla thing in the first place, and we just drove straight to the theater, and that's what I did that morning.
Has he apologized yet?
What for? What would he apologize for? Come on.
Your wallet. That's what.
Oh, I actually haven't spent that much money on this whole... Oh, wait. There was that $200 setup. I also have, every MonsterVerse movie now, and... Well, except for except for GVK, I don't have that one yet.
I did go see this. I don't think it was the opening night, like the Thursday 10 o'clock show or anything, but I do believe I did see it opening day, like that Friday weekend. And we actually did my fiance and I, we did a double date that night, and we actually went to go see it. It wasn't an actual IMAX, but it was one of those Limaxes, which were like, you know what, fuck it. I'm like, it's still gonna be a big ass screen, and I still want to. And when I go see these movies, I'm like, I want to go to the biggest screen that I can to see giant motherfucking monsters fight on a giant motherfucking screen, and I did that. And and honestly, it was because we saw it really late. It was kind of loud for what it was. I think that might have just been the theater at the time, but I still thoroughly enjoyed myself on this one, and it was like it really did feel exactly what I was getting my money worth for. This is a B movie MonsterVerse thing where there's definitely some influence of Marvel and their cinematic universe, but it's still kind of its own thing. It's very B movie, and there's even Jurassic Park stuff kind of in the middle of it. So Like, I was like, yeah, I had fun. That was good. Right on. Can we get to the part where the Kong fights Godzilla now? Like, that's cool. Like, you guys are setting that up. Right on. Go for it. Like, you do it, movie. So
Right.
that was my experience seeing it opening night. Man, I miss the movie theater so much. It's been so long. And I take it you saw it on theater, this one in the theater, right, Sean?
Oh yeah, opening night. You know, me and my buddy who go to movies together, just like this is, it's kind of a must see. You know, we kind of evaluate the summer blockbusters and things going on, and after the other stuff we had seen, you know, we were disappointed in the first Godzilla, but we liked Kong, and so when we saw this come, it's like, oh look, it looks good. As in, it looks like there's plenty of Godzilla.
Not just Godzilla, but a lot of fucking monsters in this one,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like, they're like, you want more Godzilla? We're gonna give you all the monsters, just splurging all over the screen.
But, you know, that's also, as much as people may or may not have liked, you know, the first Godzilla when they were coming out here in the U.S., you know, with the revamp, that did financially well enough, and Kong did financially well enough, where they could get the licensing for some of these other monsters. Because every damn monster has a licensing fee attached to it.
Well, so there's only actually 3 Toho monsters in King of the Monsters. The rest of them are all original creations.
Yeah.
But
right, because
still,
they only have so much budget to get the monsters.
Because, I should say 4, not 3. Everyone forgets about Rodan.
Oh. And, you know, they made the
Although, if you want to
evaluation
talk
of, like,
about...
we think these are the big ones, so these are the big ones we're going to do.
Though, honestly, if you want to talk about monsters that were forgotten, it's Baragon.
Yeah.
Poor guy's been in 2 Godzilla movies.
Although it is kind of cool that...
And he's never gotten his name in the title.
Yeah, although it is kind of cool that they referenced the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that was really clever.
That was really nice. That was awesome. I'll dig that.
What I found interesting reading about that is, apparently they were actually making a Loch Ness Monster kaiju movie. Like, Toho was doing it at one point, to the point where it got so far into production they had posters made before that movie got scrapped.
I'd like to see any footage that they have.
Right? Honestly, like, it's kind of amazing. Like, granted, like, you know, Godzilla has been around for 70 years. Kaiju movies have been around for basically that long. Yeah. We never got a Loch Ness Monster movie?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It is weird to say.
No, that is weird.
Can we, like, is there, I'm pretty sure there's, like, a really bad sci-fi original movie about it.
I'm trying to think, like, maybe there's some other, like,
it's always referenced, but it's never, we never got a Loch Ness movie.
Yeah.
Can we just, can Warner Brothers get on this? Because that sounds like, like, really easy, because isn't Loch Ness, like, basically public domain?
Well, no, it's a cryptid. Of course you can just do whatever you want with it.
Oh, shit, dude. Make that movie!
Yeah, make that
like,
movie.
that is, you're open for that, man.
There are a ton of cryptids and urban legends and folklore that would make great movies. But I was just thinking, you know, with kaiju and folklore movies, how about a kaiju Paul Bunyan movie?
You know,
oh my god, that would be amazing!
It's almost perfect that you brought up cryptids at this time, as we have the director here this time being the guy who did Krampus.
Yes!
That was another thing that
Michael
sold me on this
Dougherty.
movie. There was another thing that sold me on this movie. When I saw Krampus, I was like, yeah, no, he's got the feel. He's got the feel, man.
Yeah, even like Trick or Treat. Did you guys see Trick or Treat? Like that was.
I have only seen like the first 20 minutes, and I really want to see the rest of it. And it's never streaming on a service I have.
Oh, I'm gonna have to like send you guys a copy or something. Because seriously, I watched Trick or Treat. That Trick or Treat was the first movie by Michael Dougherty that I watched, and I watched it on the most perfect night.
I think it was his first movie, so yes.
Oh, it was okay. Right on, right on. I forgot if he did like a short film that like is under everyone's radar, but I actually saw it on Halloween night, just completely stoked up with my friends with a shitload of Trick or Treat candy that we just got. We watched it in the dark. It was awesome. It's not objectively Trick or Treat's not that good of a movie, but we had so much fun. Like we didn't care.
I think well, honestly though, from everyone I talked to, it's kind of lauded in horror circles, and I think it's one of those movies where it's like, it's designed not for the general public, but for a specific fan base. And I think it's a movie And I kind of got that impression, watching, I said I've seen about the first 20 minutes, that it's very much designed for, horror fans. It's kind of like a love letter to them in a fun way.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I always respect those kind of movies because you know what? Like, genre films are not going to be for everyone, and I don't necessarily think they should be made for everyone. And this movie we're about to watch to me, it's a great example.
I was about to say, yeah.
It's awesome, and people will like it, but if you have somebody going into it, like case in point, my parents wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like,
you're totally right.
But it's like, it's not made for them. It's made for people who like these kind of movies, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's
Yeah,
made
totally.
for me.
Yeah, Mike, this movie was tailor-made for you.
It
dude.
was. I thought
Isn't-
Pacific
I
Rim
mean,
was
hell,
made for me,
didn't,
but
like,
holy
Michael
crap.
Dougherty have like a whole bunch of like Godzilla action figures that he played with
Oh,
as
I
a kid?
don't doubt it.
No, he actually still has. He has a Godzilla toy that he's had forever. That he still has in his room. That he's had since childhood.
Well, awesome. I mean, clearly this movie.
Oh my God! Can you imagine like
its-
little tiny Michael Dougherty playing with his action figures, making them kiss and punch each other, just like we would do? And now, like, you cut to 2018, 2017. He's making this movie.
He's
like,
leaning over some guy on a computer going, hey, you need to do this and that.
like, what a dream come true.
Although, actually, no, it was probably mocapped, a lot of those action scenes.
Either way,
But anyway.
I can imagine he would have the exact same giddy face
Oh,
as
yeah.
I would imagine
Oh, yeah.
you would have if you got that job.
Absolutely.
Totally,
absolutely.
dude. Totally, dude.
Although I probably would make it a little shittier.
do like stop motion animation.
I don't know
just
about
for-
stop motion, but I think I would deliberately try and make slick modern effects look as much like guys in suits as possible.
Nice. Well, shall we get this bad boy rolling, man? 'Cause
Yes,
it's really
yes,
cool.
yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
Anyone? I forget. This is streaming? Is this on HBO Max?
Okay,
still?
I have checked. I don't know where you're getting your information, but I have HBO Max and I've been checking. They're still there.
Really?
No, it must have come back because they definitely left. Like,
Because I remember checking after our show last week.
Well,
and
look, when we first
They were up
started,
there.
like when we were first planning this, it was just a month after Godzilla versus Kong, and all the new ones were gone. They still had the classic ones on there, but the new ones had gone poof.
Streaming is so fucking.
That
weird.
is so stupid.
And you know what?
Well,
It
and
probably
also considering the transition that's happening again with the sale and everything else, and it's clear that AT&T does not know what they're doing with Warner Brothers.
No.
I'm not surprised we're lacking any level of consistent planning here.
Okay, they're apparently fucking off again. That's stupid.
Honestly, it probably doesn't matter because by the time like people are actually listening to this, it's moved to some streaming service that doesn't even exist
Kong
now.
Skull Island is up there. King of the Monsters is not.
Well, either way, I hope you have a Blu-ray copy or some other thing.
Okay, it looks like none of the MonsterVerse Godzilla movies are up, but the MonsterVerse Kong movie is up.
Honestly, I think the
It's
short,
Toho,
the
blame
long,
them.
the long and short of this lesson is that streaming is fucking stupid.
It is fucking stupid. Get your
So-
Blu-ray copies out.
Yes, get your Blu-ray copies, whip them out.
You know what? I actually saw new Blu-rays of this movie on sale for $10.
Oh,
New Blu-rays.
there you
So
go.
just go out, buy it.
Buy a copy of Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Is it Target,
whip out,
by the way?
Whip out that Blu-ray. Whip out your dick while you're at it. and let's get this bad boy started because we are going to get rolling in 3, 2, 1, click. And now we got our ancient Warner Brothers logo.
So
Oh, shit,
perfect.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah.
So this was my first MonsterVerse movie after the original Godzilla one. Like I didn't actually see Godzilla, or I didn't actually see Kong Skull Island until after this. So imagine the tone shift here.
Yeah,
right.
Especially with like the hieroglyphs and shit.
I was like, "Whoa, this is way different." And then the classic roar, and I am sold.
Like right up front, we had to wait an hour and a half for Godzilla to show up in the first movie. Just like, oh, now Godzilla right up front. Let's go.
Less than a minute.
Again, like now, I told you, man. You whip the Blu-ray out, whip your dick out at the same time, man.
Yeah.
It's like, shit,
Oh,
they're
God.
going. They're going right at it.
Hit the ground with the wheel spinning.
And hey, you know what? this is weird. So you know how a lot of comparisons were made to that first Godzilla movie with Man of Steel? You know, like, because at first Godzilla was supposed to be found out in the Arctic, and he causes a whole bunch of problems, and then he becomes savior of mankind or whatever. Well, it's interesting how BVS starts out in the destruction of the first one from a human perspective. This movie sounds
except it cuts it in like the first couple minutes and then it just stops. But no, they had to drag it out to a whole scene in BVS.
No, not to mention they had the dumbest thing that like set the tone for that movie's stupidity. Is like Bruce Wayne, the CEO, has to give the fucking order to evacuate the building.
It's so fucking stupid.
Because there are aliens killing us all. We got like these things like they're killing us all. Should we evacuate? Well, not unless our CEO, Bruce Wayne, says. Like,
so I just noticed something. The protest signs, one of them said "Destroy all monsters."
Yeah, that was cool.
Title
dude, did you play that game?
Well, I'm saying no. That was the title of one of the Godzilla movies.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I see. And whenever I hear "Destroy all monsters," I think of that amazing PS2 video game. Did you ever play that one, Sean?
No, because actually I have never owned a PlayStation.
Oh. It was a GameCube game. Destroy All Monsters Melee was a GameCube exclusive.
Right on. It was still a lot of fun, basically. It was basically...
Nerdy brain coming out
there. It really... man, that would be a really fun Let's Play for this show.
Believe me, I've worked on getting a copy. I have a GameCube.
It's fairly rare, isn't it?
It'll run you about $20, $30.
Yeah, so... Now we have all the exposition...
It's good exposition.
Can we talk about the fact that they're using the Pixies song "Wave of Mutilation" and what a great first name track song to have played in a movie that's about to have this level of destruction.
Well, the soundtrack is pretty good, actually. They actually use
oh my goodness,
the Blue Oyster Cult song.
I'm sorry, but that is the correct move because crispy or near burnt bacon is the best.
So, word on this soundtrack, because I probably won't get a chance to mention it before.
Yeah.
They incorporate pretty much every major Toho theme for all four of the monsters.
Oh, nice.
So Mothra gets her theme, King Ghidorah gets his theme, Rodan gets his theme. And the chants in the background are done by, like, actual Japanese chanting people. I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's so cool.
And that's all the Japanese names of the monsters. Mosuda, Gojira, Rodan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they're the same, largely, except for, of course,
Gojira. Vera Miles.
Vera Farmiga.
Vera Farmiga. Oh, that's right.
I don't know where you got Miles from.
I don't know either. My brain's misfiring. But either way, we got a lot of really great talent in this movie.
So, something I want to mention that I love is... Millie Bobby Brown got cast in this because they were using her image, like the guy who did the storyboards kind of based Madison off of her image, and they got so used to just looking at her in the storyboards like, why don't we just get her?
I guess as he was penciling those storyboards, he was just having Stranger Things play in the background.
I mean, honestly, if you think about the time period when this movie would have been being storyboard, who of us wasn't watching Stranger Things?
That's very true, man. That's very true.
Guilty as charged.
I haven't either, but whatever.
What the hell, people?
Well, the point is, like, we understand, we get it though. We get it. Like, when you draw like that kind of stuff, you watch what's popular, and that was. But I do like this reveal. This is actually kind of cool.
This is amazing.
You feel like you're in like some Californian home and whatnot,
boom.
And it pans away, and you're like, "Oh shit, we're out in the middle of the in South America or somewhere, or China rather."
South America.
Well,
okay.
It was
it
was right before the title card. Shut up.
I get it. It's interesting how they tie Mothra to China in the MonsterVerse. It's not a bad decision, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but I think that outpost is named 61 because I think that's the year they first introduced Mothra.
That would be correct.
Awesome.
The first Mothra movie was 1960.
And they pulled this crap throughout all this movie. They're naming installation numbers off of the years these damn things first came around.
Man, Michael Dougherty really knows how to jerk us off with that Easter egg porn. And speaking of Easter eggs, here's a literal egg.
Yeah, I 110% appreciate that he wanted to show the whole Mothra life cycle. So many American producers would just be like, put the moth on screen. Nah, we see the cocoon. We see the larva. This is Mothra. Mothra isn't just the flying mothy thing.
Yeah, honestly, I think, because wasn't there, like, he said there was, like, a 3-hour cut that he initially made?
I want to see that shit.
Because, I know you want to see that shit. I don't know, man, like, for what, Jordan, Vogt Roberts was doing on Kong, I had actually watched his 3-hour version. For the 3-hour version of this movie, I'm not entirely sure if I'd watch it. I mean, it'd be, like, fun to once, but I don't think I'd actually go back to it, you know? Because, I don't know, it's just that, like, we got some of the best monster fights in this movie, for sure. But let's be honest, like, literally any scene with these humans is just exposition. And I get it. Like, look, us nerds eat up exposition for fucking breakfast. So I get it.
I mean, there is stuff that progresses the plot, and it's frustrating to me that people overlooked that. I have an extensive review on my blog, which I would appreciate if you would link.
Oh, absolutely.
It's one of the longest reviews I've ever written, and something that bothers me is that one reviewer said that the humans don't do anything in this movie, and I'm like, BS, they don't do anything. Like, the whole thing happens because of the orca, and the movement of the orca, and people using the orca, which is one of the most brilliant ideas in the whole franchise.
Yeah, not gonna lie, it's between the orca and the Hollow Earth thing that they like to follow through with.
But they didn't follow through with the orca and GVK.
Oh well.
Anyway, this isn't me ragging on GVK yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Now we have the first successful test of the orca. Now that is Mothra, right? Like that
is Mothra.
That's the caterpillar.
That
stage?
Is Mothra. Yes, Mothra's larval stage.
Which is weird to think that this, Mothra goes through these stages so quickly through the movie, despite being worshipped by entities for like thousands and thousands of years.
What this movie hints at in its post-credit scene, which I hope they follow up on later in the MonsterVerse, is Mothra is immortal. She eternally is reborn.
Oh, okay,
So, yeah, this is just one Mothra cycle and an eternal Mothra cycle.
Well, isn't there...
She is always the same monster. It's not like it's a species.
Okay.
She is just reincarnated every time she dies.
Okay. But does it have... Shouldn't it take a little bit longer than, a couple of weeks?
I mean, it's true to the lore, to the franchise up to this point. She usually goes through an entire set in one movie.
All right.
So,
all right.
It's not unusual.
How do you feel about the design, though, as, like, a hardcore Kaiju fan?
Honestly, Mothra is, like, one of the most changed designs, and I'm not, like, completely in love with it, because I want my fluffy girl back. She's not fluffy in this movie. But, I mean, the larva looks suitably larva-like. I can't really complain about that. I could nitpick things, like I liked how, in the original design, eyes were little lumps in a big old pit, and I think that was really cool looking.
I know you've seen, like, pretty much all of it. I'm pretty sure you've, like, made some of it yourself. But, Sean, I'm actually curious. Have you seen, like, all the Godzilla, Mothra, like, fan art where they're just, like, constant, like, all the where they constantly ship the two together in the, like, fan art?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Okay, for those of you listening at home, just...
Actually, you know what? I have seen a piece or two, but, like, I have not done a deep dive.
Just Google search just Google search Godzilla Mothra fan art.
Good stuff. Adorable.
It is, and if you want to get really sexy, turn the safe search off.
Well, actually, one thing I've noticed with Godzilla fan art, because I immerse myself in fan art shit all the time, it's largely asexual.
Oh shit! It's the Lannister.
He should have been the bad guy for the whole MonsterVerse.
The Lannister's come around to finish his debt, bitches. Tywin Lannister, man.
He is very good in this movie.
He's okay. I mean, he turns in a good performance, but my God, his motivation is just so boring. Like, let's be honest, we've seen
Hey,
it
look,
in like
it's
9
most
other
of
movies.
the monster fight in 2014.
Oh yeah, but like that's like you show like 2 minutes more of that, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
God, Monarch, and can we just also like because this is a movie that really amps up Monarch. Like,
Right.
where the hell did they get their budget?
I know, right?
NASA's budget isn't even that good. What the hell?
It's all
Well, I
privately
mean-
funded.
All right, think about
I bet.
this, okay? Okay, first off, CC Pounder, amazing all the time.
Yes,
But
but
you're talking about the budget. Think about this. It's the 70s. We're spending how much on the military-industrial complex while winding down a war, and you find Kong? What do you think the U.S. government's gonna do?
Fair enough.
I guess it's just like, I mean, later in the movie, don't they have like a super flying base? Like,
Yeah.
the,
No,
like
they have a helicarrier.
a stealth ship the size of a fucking aircraft carrier. Like, my God, even S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't get that kind of funding.
Well, you see, there was. You're gonna hate me for forgetting his
Oh,
name,
God,
but
what?
the guy from Kong Skull Island who was trapped on the island, and I feel bad.
Oh,
about
John
that.
C. Reilly, yes.
John C. Reilly.
Who
You
cares
see-
what his name?
you
He's
see-
John C. Reilly, damn
John
it.
C. Reilly. You see, he had a bank account.
Oh, so it's
It was
all
gathering
donated by
interest
him.
since World War II.
Okay, so it's all donated by this one crazy
Or
old
World War One.
World,
I mean,
World War
yeah.
II veteran.
World War One vet.
No, it was
No,
two.
it was two?
It was totally two.
Right. No, you're right. It was two.
Yeah, man, he got picked
It
up.
was
in
an early
Vietnam.
draft that
He,
was
he
gonna have
wasn't
it be
there
World
for
War
that
One.
long,
Right,
man. Oh, that would have because his son would have been way older.
Right.
Oh, and this pit.
I
over
love
here.
this joke. It's a good joke.
Yeah, where they're gonna have to leave the hearing and. There are no consequences. What are you talking about? This is a kaiju movie.
And pretty fun. So just so you know, when those two things were kissing, they were actually just fucking.
Yep. Oh yeah, man. They came to pork.
Aw, good boys.
So
So happy.
So if that's the case, is that like legit kaiju porn?
I guess.
So,
So
what?
so in that means, despite the fact that there wasn't a whole lot and that movie was ultimately disappointing, it still did quite literally give you kaiju porn.
I suppose.
So there's your one up to the 2014 Godzilla movie.
So cool. Thing just comes out of nowhere. It's the quietest helicopter in the universe. It only makes noise once it breaks through the clouds.
Well, actually, if you've ever seen like a Huey helicopter, and if it's like below like if you're on top of a cliff and the Huey's below it, you won't hear it coming until it's above you. Like I don't know what the physics are of that, but it's cool. Hey,
that was
check
Iron Man's house.
Yeah, it's totally Iron Man's cabin.
You see, it's the timeshare that all the rich eccentrics share.
Yeah, that must you know what? Probably I'm pretty sure Elon Musk hangs out there. This last Memorial Day weekend. Why not?
Yeah. Just make sure that the Tony's cleared out all his tack.
Yeah, and also erase the whole time travel thing.
Right. We
'Cause
don't.
We don't
need-
want Elon Musk in charge of time travel. That's just a recipe for disaster.
I have told you that I'm all going to colonize Mars.
So
I have already done it.
one thing I am going to bitch about with this movie
Oh yeah.
is using outdated alpha theory.
Oh.
Well, that's outdated when it comes to wolves. We don't know if the kaiju could or couldn't operate by that.
I understand that, but the fact that they
Right.
keep showing him with wolves and he keeps
Right, no,
on his
Yeah.
side, could you not, please?
Yeah, can we just dispel this whole thing? Because it's been a long thing. Look,
so,
I get
just to give a brief
even
cover
the
overview.
even the dude who wrote the whole alpha theory.
Yeah, it's
in
like, no,
Wolves,
it was wrong.
he's like, I was totally wrong. Please take this down.
So, brief overview of what happened there. Researcher guy researched wolves in captivity. found that that male wolves in captivity generated a hierarchy. And he later found that this was not the case with wild wolves, and wild wolves generally form packs and family units.
Yep.
So there we go.
Yeah.
And they also figured out recently that it's like, oh, look, a wolf literally can be a lone wolf and survive by itself.
Yep.
It does not need a pack to live. They're like, oh, all of our research is out the window.
Yeah, but he wrote a book called The Alpha Dog or whatever, and it sounded so cool to the public that it just stuck, and he's just in the corner like, fuck me.
Yeah.
I guess that's more of a commentary on how we perceive ourselves than anything else.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I think it's telling that it's male wolves in captivity form a hierarchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at how certain groups of men on the internet have co-opted those terminologies. It's like they're showing that same pattern of behavior, generating a hierarchy.
Oh shit! Here's our
captivity.
Easter egg dump.
Oh yeah, Easter egg dump.
With where we
Titanus
talk about
Mothra. That's obviously Mothra. That's less of a thing. Rodan is obviously
Rodan,
mentioned.
Ghidorah.
Now they do mention Titanus at some point.
Yeah, they're all over. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to pause the movie and like go through. It's like what was it in like some of the Marvel movies where they just unload a whole bunch of them. Columns in there.
They did that a lot with the second X-Men movie.
Oh yeah, totally. Like just tons of things where you're like, oh shit, I gotta pause and just like screen cap all this shit, man, because it's fun. You know?
Yeah, one of those is Titanus. That's a monster from one of the old Godzilla movies. I forget which one.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't actually a Godzilla movie. It was a different Toho movie. I think it might have been Space Amoeba, but I could be mistaken.
Cool.
Anyway.
So there's supposed to be, 17 of them out there?
Yeah.
And more growing?
So I should mention that there is a long history of Toho kaiju movies about, mass groups of monsters coming up at the same time, generally awakened by aliens, and obviously they didn't want to go that direction for this movie, justifiably so. 54, that's when the original Godzilla movie came out. Okay, anyway.
Nerd!
But anyway, so I like to see them as all remakes of each other. So like Destroy All Monsters is like Godzilla Final Wars is like this. And that makes me very happy.
Yeah, I imagine. This is making the kaiju movie. You're just oh my god.
I'm in love with this movie.
I'm gonna have to clean up my couch afterwards when we're done, aren't I?
Also, seeing that Muto head is just making me happy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They kept the Muto head.
Makes me happy.
Yeah.
It just reminds me that I don't have to deal with those monsters and their bland design ever again.
I wonder if Charlie Day's working on them in secret with what's his name.
That'd be an interesting crossover.
I'm surprised they haven't. I mean, they kind of did it with Godzilla vs. Kong, kind of, but not really.
That wasn't.
But although I know the Honest trailers basically spoke that into existence, they're like from the makers of King Kong, Godzilla, and Pacific Rim. So please do a crossover where they all fight each other and stuff.
So I genuinely like all these characters. I mean, they're simple, but they're fun. I don't know why people think the human characters are all very boring. They're just simple.
Yeah, I think that's what it is for people, because, people are expecting, characters like you remember from Jurassic Park, like Dr. Malcolm,
right.
or just like, so I guess that while they're serviceable, they're totally fun. And they're fun, and they're wonderfully acted.
Yeah.
It's just that they're not exactly iconic. And I think that's the thing, is like I think if it was written a little bit better and you got just some more charisma to them, then it probably would have been to the point where like people were like, oh, okay, I'll hang out with these people, Because there's another thing.
I like this Count Charlie Day kaiju groupie over there, and I like the snarky guy with the mug that says "Not yours" on it.
Yeah, but it does kind of feel like that one guy from Jurassic World where he's like, "I like the first part better."
Oh, I haven't seen that. So.
I envy you. I was not. That movie's aged horribly.
And the only reason why anyone remembers Sarazawa's name is because he's Sarazawa.
It's Ken Watanabe for me. It's just let them fight. I'm surprised they didn't actually use that again for when he came back. Like, just.
Well, I think that would have come off as too much. It'd be like the issue you said, where it's like
There's
I like
a
the first
point
one
in this
better.
movie where they go, "Oh my God, Zilla!" Shut up! They can do it. Because that's another thing that people were like kind of iffy about. They're like, "Are you trying to be serious or are you trying to be cheesy?"
I don't think this movie is trying to be serious. I'm gonna let you in on something. I don't think this movie's trying to be serious.
It kind of feels like that at points.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, and this is definitely one of those points where it's like, it feels like it's trying to be intense and serious, and you're just like...
I don't see necessarily where people are getting that.
Well, it's just like, they're trying to have all these different themes and have these character moments and have the actors do way more than they actually should.
A not serious movie can do that shit, though.
Well,
you can have a not serious movie with themes. You can have a not serious movie with intense moments.
Right, but the issue is that and I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm trying to understand why people don't like this movie.
Hold on.
I'm trying to make a point here. I don't think it's bad the way he's doing it, but the dad plays it so fucking intense that you're just like, calm down, buddy.
Also, do you notice that he's always the guy that's right in every conversation?
Well, yeah, no. I mean,
that's something that is like...
I can see I can
because you're like, you got to do it this, and
he's always right.
He comes in with military personnel from the Pentagon with years of expertise and saying, you're wrong, you got to do it this way.
And also, I perpetually hate this idea and to me, I understand why it's a good bet and thing to be done in a movie like this, but to me, it's just so overdone. It's just like, no, man must be in charge. We have to subjugate everything!
What's really interesting about that is part of the core theme of the movie. A lot of people overlook the fact that part of the Orca signal, and this is spoilers, but I don't think anyone cares about the plot to this movie.
No.
Part of the thing is that part of the Orca signal
is...
I love it.
That's
part
good.
of the Orca signal is human voices.
Yeah.
Because we are a Titan.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think a lot of people overlook in this movie, that the movie's trying to say, is that we have as much influence and effect on the environment as these giant monsters.
Yeah, too bad the script doesn't allow that better.
I mean, they could spend more time on it, but then we'd have less time with this! Holy crap, this! Oh my god, this shot! I love it! Okay.
Oh, man. Mike just made a mess on the floor now. I gotta clean that up later.
Oh,
worth it.
God,
Worth it.
Yes. So worth it.
Yeah,
oh, my
man.
God. I saw that shot and I was like,
yes. I feel like... Were you... Okay, so when you saw this in the theater, were there more people in the theater? Or were you
it was pretty solidly.
Okay, so were you the loudest person there?
I mean, at the end of the movie, I definitely started to sing along to the theme. I take full responsibility for that.
Look, I admit, especially in big tentpole movies, like the Marvel movies and whatnot, when I go to the movies and there's a big moment, like when Captain America shows up, I'm like, yes, bitch! So I'm kind of the big crowd cheer, the big hype man in the crowd. So I get it.
Yeah.
I do. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to know if you fully embrace that.
Well, at least for the end credits.
In a weird way.
For the end credits, I definitely did. I'm a little more restrained during the actual movie itself.
Oh, okay. Well.
But obviously not now. Oh, we have to make us care about this person.
Also, what is he watching it? Is he watching it on a
video.
computer screen?
Yeah. It's a home video he's watching on I think
what
it's a digital
hell?
photo. I don't even know. I won't try to defend this.
What is this?
I won't try to defend this.
Is this a bit from The Simpsons where Waylon Smithers dresses up as a bear and he's like, hug me, squeeze me, Mr. Burns?
So he's watching a vertical video on what looks like a perfectly square computer monitor. I have no idea.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh wait, no, it's an Apple. He's
we gotta get our
Mac.
product placement, man. We gotta get that product placement in, man. We gotta get that Apple money.
Now, I don't care how anyone feels about this movie. You have to admit this scene's a masterpiece.
Okay, yeah, this scene is actually
pretty
fucking cool.
This scene is a fucking masterpiece.
If it wasn't for the fact, look, I will say this though, it would have been. I get that they really are trying to go logic here, but for Kyle Chandler's character, the fact that he hates Godzilla that much, he actually probably, in any other script, he actually would have been like, no, fire everything.
Right.
Like, and just have his emotion take over.
But also, I think it shows how scared he is.
Yeah. Although
He's terrified.
It's genuinely refreshing. Granted, he's like, I want to keep this guy dead more than anyone, but stand down, goddammit.
Yeah.
Like, that's refreshing. But to be honest, if I'm really honest, it doesn't track exactly with his character.
I don't know. I think it works because he's fucking terrified. It's the only thing he can do. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And he understands what he's up against. Most of the rest of these people don't fully understand that.
Okay, so right here, I feel like Michael Dougherty's being just a little coy by shaking the camera every time it moves.
Yeah.
It's a little Star Trek.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm just a little...
I think that works.
works,
I think that
but-
works.
Really, literally in any other movie that would have been, he's like, no, fire everything!
And that's maybe why I like this movie.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Stand down.
Seeing this in theaters.
I do like that extra. He's like, I ain't touching shit. I do love that extra. You know, in the movies like this, extras can really make or break the
absolutely.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, because it's such... You need the extras, you need all those people in terror, and that has to be sold well.
Yeah, for real. I do just like the way he's like, I ain't touching shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, we all know, like, probably one of the greatest extras moments ever was in Independence Day, where, you know, that after the president made his speech, you know, we will not go quietly into the night, and that one dude just salutes with, like, the most gusto you've ever seen. Like, give that extra an award. Give him a raise.
The use
This is cool.
of Godzilla's bioluminescence.
Yeah, this is really... The blues in this.
So, yeah, each monster has a color in this movie, and I 100% appreciate they really stuck to that.
That's scary as fuck.
It is terrifying.
Jesus Christ. The sound design is phenomenal.
No,
too.
holy
Seeing
shit.
this in the theater in IMAX, I was like, please don't hurt me.
This blows away anything from the 2014 movie for tension and spectacle.
No music either.
Hell yeah.
Wait a minute. Is that Ice Cube's kid?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Just... Now there is one thing that this movie kind of lets me down with. The jump scare that I see 1,000 miles away. Like, I'm like, oh, they're going to do the jump scare, and it's so cheap. But
Well, it
you know
works because it's an intimidation display.
yeah, but in all fairness, the build-up is pretty fucking sweet.
Build up is fucking sweet, and I think it would be cheaper if it didn't have it because it's an intimidation display. Godzilla wants to make sure they're good and intimidated.
Yeah. But still, I saw that jump scare.
Oh, of course, everyone did. I don't think you were supposed to be surprised by it. Really.
I would have had more respect if it genuinely got me.
Well, I suppose. But
That's the thing.
See, that line is fantastic. So I want to start a boat tour. And you just know someone would start a Godzilla boat tour if Godzilla existed.
Oh, dude, that would be a ride at Universal right there and then.
Godzilla boat tour.
And then right after the Godzilla, you know, Journey to the Center of the Earth with Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do believe I'm right. I'm pretty sure that is Ice Cube's son who starred as Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton.
Oh,
Neat.
cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Good
I was
for
like,
him to
wait
get
a minute,
some
he
work.
looks familiar.
All right, so now for real, like this bullshit here, where do you get funding? The U.S. military doesn't even get this kind of funding.
I don't know
The hell they don't.
Well, they don't. Well, they haven't built anything like this.
Okay, that's a
As far as we
technology
know, anyway.
issue more
As far-
than.
Yeah, that's probably design, logistics, and technology.
Then
issue
again,
more than a
maybe that's
funding
what
issue.
those UFOs really are.
Yeah, maybe. So I appreciate the Monster Zero shout out because that was what.
You gotta love
was
that they got
originally called.
PowerPoints ready to go.
And
at any moment.
another fun.
And also, like, okay, so what? We are like, about 45 minutes into the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
A half
like,
hour. We're a half hour in.
Okay, so we're about half hour in, and I've been researching and looking through all these legends, but there's very little because it's like they're too scared to say it. And then literally like an hour later, it's like, oh no, wait, here's the full unabridged story. Like, you gotta love that kind of shit. That they have their PowerPoints ready.
Yeah.
In this universe, not only do they have tech way beyond and it's fully funded, but they also got their PowerPoints. Monarch is the best the best pseudo government operations on the planet in this.
Absolutely.
This universe.
I mean, it has to. I mean,
Well,
it kinda has to be.
but think about it at the same time though. They have a very clear-cut focus, and they always have.
that's true.
Like, that does tend to be if you get proper funding and you have a clear-cut focus, that tends to be what does well. NASA, when they had proper funding and a clear-cut focus, achieved amazing stuff.
Yeah, God, can you imagine if NASA actually had the U.S. military's budget?
That would be amazing.
We would have been on Mars like 5 times already. Hell, we probably would have had a small base on Mars right now. Like, you know how we have the International Space Station? We would probably have a base on the surface of the planet with that kind of logistics already if NASA had the budget. But no, we got to blow ourselves up in the sake of national security. God, I sound like a fucking hippie, especially next to these paramilitary guys running around.
doing an Aliens ripoff.
Yeah, a little bit, isn't it?
Still a bit of an Aliens ripoff.
Yeah, if only the characters were as memorable as those.
Fair enough.
Although, I mean, they kind of tried to do that in Kong Skull Island, and it sort of worked. Almost, not quite, but John C. Reilly just kind of stole the show on that one. and plus, John Goodman, as good as he is, he really just had he was the exposition machine in that movie. I think Sam Jackson was probably the coolest one.
And now it's a Call of Duty cutscene.
Oh yeah. With just a little bit of Halo, I think.
Yeah.
A little. It's mostly the neon colors.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Contact left.
Civilians there, don't shoot. I'm going in. He's like, hey, he's going in to interfere. Somebody, and as they're just all standing there, someone says, somebody stop him. For real, who why didn't anyone stop him from going in there?
So Godzilla's color in this movie is blue, and King Ghidorah's color in this movie is yellow. Have you noticed that there's more and more yellow being introduced in the color palette with the lights going off?
Nerd. But you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm right.
But still, nerd. But I really do dig the color scheme in this.
Yeah,
well, and the flashing lights are good because they make it play off like a warning, like it is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. It really is.
I mean, I've started paying way more attention to color ever since I heard Guillermo del Toro talk about the use of color in his movies because he's also very deliberate.
Yeah. And honestly, like it's shit like that. I feel like this movie's gonna age just a little bit better than that first Godzilla movie.
Oh,
because,
definitely.
The more and more I watch the Gareth Edwards one, the less I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's like it's still pretty good and whatnot, but it's just like, I don't know if this one's gonna age quite as well. This one might age just a little bit better, but that's only because this has like a lot of tropes and kind of the kind of corporate filmmaking that is relevant to this specific time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be it's going to date the movie, but in a good way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more conventional than the 2014 Godzilla movie, but the problem is 2014 Godzilla movie just was an experiment that didn't quite work.
It almost worked. It almost worked, but it worked in the moment, but it's not built to last.
Yeah. But this is built on a lot of tried and true Hollywood shit.
Oh shit. You bitch! I want a divorce.
Maybe he should
yeah, like
consider that a divorce.
It is 100% moments like this where I'm just like, can we just get a lot of more casualties here, please?
And hey, we're about to now.
I know, but I'm just 100%. It's just like, look, if you're gonna be that kind of scientist, just die.
Well, she winds up doing so, and which is a weird mix of redemption and justice,
Right.
Or poetic justice, rather. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though 100% she could have had the option to just like not die. Yeah, it's a little weird. Oh, you all gonna die.
Yeah.
Just
I know, whatever.
make your peace with your God.
What God? I'm gonna be pointing out a specific shot that I think says something very cool. Once we get there.
Oh, cool. How's that elevator still functioning, actually?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
You know, again, Monarch just has that good of funding.
All right. They have the best elevators.
We're gonna ride that joke right into all throughout this month now. Like ever since you know, because well, I mean, Monarch sort of was kind of had a thing going in the first one, and then we're like, oh, here's the origins of it. Now they're like, okay, now we've got all the money. We've got all the money, and we've got all the expertise, and we've got all this tech.
You know, it does make sense if, you know, because San Francisco went boom, right?
Yeah.
The government's going to be like, oh, crap, we actually got to deal with this. Just throw all the money at Monarch.
Just take it all. Oh,
of course,
man.
that doesn't explain how quickly they could get their helicarrier up and running.
Apparently, someone gave a really good blowjob in the Pentagon.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit, here we go. Here we go,
now
man.
you find out it's not the only reason he wanted a divorce.
Taking me right back to that moment in the theater, seeing Ghidorah show up, and it's actually Ghidorah. I was so worried that they'd ruin the monsters by Americanizing them, you know, trying to pare them down into something less weird than what they are.
The director made it very clear that it's like, no. Asian influence of dragons. Like, you cannot look at Western dragons, don't you effing dare.
Yeah. We don't want to go Game of Thrones on this shit.
This isn't fucking Smaug.
This is Ghidorah, bitches, and holy fuck, what an amazing entrance here.
I know. Oh my god, and they
nailed
it. I saw the tail and I was like, oh fuck yes.
This is actually supposed to be like the biggest incarnation, isn't it?
I believe so. Also, disappointed he's
1.
not as furry.
2.
And
3, bitches.
Hell yeah. And they have personality. That's something else that they missed with the 2014 Godzilla movie.
Have you seen those Kevin memes?
Yes.
Yeah, where one of them's named Kevin and he's the derp.
He's a derp, yeah.
I love those memes. Good shit.
Oh man.
Okay,
this
wait,
is
and
King Ghidorah.
So I'm actually curious.
Holy crap.
So we got 3 dudes here on this podcast. Which head are we? which head is which? I feel like you're the Kevin. I'm the center one, and Sean's like the one on the far right.
I mean, only by default, but yeah, that tracks.
That does seem to track, I think.
Oh my god, so good.
Seriously, guys, you're not even shooting 50 cal. You're not. These aren't even bee stings. You might as well be throwing rocks.
Also, a lot of people don't notice that Ghidorah in this movie that Ghidorah has a split tail. I love it. They're arguing. They're bickering because he's this chaotic force. Poster shots everywhere.
What did you expect? Your stinky little assault rifle's gonna go up against that? Fuck off.
Hell yeah.
Uh-oh. Malfunction.
Oh, I love it.
Knock it off!
On the bodies.
Knock it off.
Ah, yes.
Must go faster. Must go faster. Go, 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 go.
Ah, you know, I know a lot of people complain about, you know, particle effects obscuring the action, but you can at least see things pretty well in this movie.
Yeah, you know,
It's not 2014
it's-
Godzilla.
and it's also not the fucking the long night from Game of Thrones,
Right.
Where you have to fucking turn up the brightness on your TV.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. It's fine.
You can
here.
see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see what's going on.
Buh? The fuck happened there? I don't know, man.
Get
Knock
your
it up.
shit together, Kevin.
Oh shit.
Oh man. And now she thinks that her daddy's dead.
And her mom's such a bitch.
Her mom is.
Oh, realistically though, that thing should just be gone.
Well, he's probably just trying to figure out what it is. Those are investigative taps, not "I'm killing you" taps.
Very true. Oh.
It's like a shark.
Oh.
You heard
What's going-
something, didn't you,
Something's
Ghidorah?
going on.
You heard something.
This is actually really fucking cool.
It is.
Oh, like in the fucking alien blip on the
Uh-huh.
radar.
Also, a well-worn trope in Godzilla movies is the big blip on the radar.
Yeah. Oh shit. It's blue. What else could it be?
Fuck yes. And you can hear the chanting going on.
So good.
And the theme. Yes!
Oh, hell yeah. Throw down. I put you to sleep and I hear you're back up in my business? Oh, hell no. Oh,
yes!
That's the poster right there. Oh, man.
Yes!
Seriously, like the wide shot where it's like setting up the throwdown is like constant poster shit. Even if when the actual action happens, it's like, yeah,
This is poster shit. This is poster shit.
I wish
it doesn't stop.
yeah, but I kind of wish it was slower.
I
Like,
can see what you mean. Yeah.
Because they move a little bit too fast.
Well,
Especially for their character, because I get that they want to use that kinetic energy to make these things more visually interesting.
actually, that's
and
not
shit.
necessarily the kinetic energy thing. If you look at the older movies, which this is basically a Showa era Godzilla movie made today, these fights are exactly how they would be choreographed. Different angles maybe, but the pace of them, the moves the characters use, it's all very classic. So I think it was less of an attempt to make things more intense and more of an attempt to call back to how these movies
Okay.
were back then.
Okay, because
But yeah, all the grappling, all the fast movements.
I just wish it was like a little bit more slow mo. Like this is actually the one time where I kind of want a little bit more Snyderverse.
Ooh, here we go, here we go.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Yeah, fool! Oh,
Fuck
and
yeah.
Ghidorah answers back.
Hell yeah. Boom!
Ooh, that's gonna set back Monarch couple $100 bill.
I can afford it.
That's right. Fuck it. Like we got the Argo, man. Like we got all the money and make it rain. Oh shit! Character gone.
Yup.
Om nom nom. And poor Kevin doesn't get anything.
He never gets shit, man. He really is kind of the Beavis
He
in
is.
there.
Using the
Hot
wings as
damn,
shields,
man.
So cool.
You're dead.
He's dead.
Dead.
I agree. He's
Dead.
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 He's-
Bye.
Yeah.
Or if he's
Paralyzed,
still,
at
if he's
least.
still alive, he should just be paralyzed. Wouldn't that be really fucking
That would be
hilarious if they
actually
just
pretty
followed
cool.
through with that and he's just paralyzed through the rest of the movie?
That would be really cool.
That would have been
actually.
fucking funny, actually. It would have been hilarious and tragic at
It
the
would have
same
been
time.
genuinely a really interesting thing to show, like the actual toll that these fights take.
Yeah, it would be, but we
Yeah.
never get that time to
No.
do
Mostly because I'm sure the actor preferred to stand.
it.
Can you imagine doing like an all-day shoot and you're just in a wheelchair all day?
No, you're in a bed if you're
yeah,
paralyzed.
True. If you're well, they could rig up a thing where he's
well,
got
maybe
a
it's like
super
a thing where
fancy
he's like just
monarch
paralyzed.
chair and
Yeah, maybe
he
he's
can
like
move his
paralyzed
head.
just from like the arms down.
Or he can be all Stephen Hawking.
Sure. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious, actually.
You took everything from me, even my voice.
Die, Godzilla.
Now there's a lot more yellows in the color palette.
Well, honestly, actually, I'm curious who actually photographed this movie.
That's a good question, actually.
Because the cinematography is fucking brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Lawrence Sher.
The camera work is, I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm just kind of like, this camera work would be lauded if it wasn't in this kind of movie.
Yeah. Let's see. He's done the Hangover movies. He did Paul. He actually won like an Oscar for Joker.
Oh, okay.
So right on.
Cool for him.
Well, he didn't win an Oscar, but he got nominated. He got but yeah, he photographed Joker the same year. So yeah,
Neat.
right. Yeah, must be like one of the new rising stars.
Maybe.
Because I know he's been working, since like 2009 and whatnot. But now it's like, you're actually revered now. Oh, Outpost 56. Is
56?
that? Yeah, was that?
That
Rodan?
sounds about right.
Yeah, I think they did that with all of them, like the Outpost specifically, where
They
each
didn't
of
do
them
that
is.
with Ghidorah though, because Ghidorah was like 35, and obviously Ghidorah didn't.
Well, they want it. Well, Monster Zero just sounds cooler,
Right. I
Well,
was
yeah,
saying
but-
with the Outpost specifically, it seems
Right.
that they're
The
doing on
Outpost was
the year
yeah,
they
the
were introduced.
Track her call. Track this.
Do they mention that they are?
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
they mention that they track it. It just nothing ever comes of it. So
It's so weird that they even have this then. No kidding. Like, the divorce should be the least amount of your
Yeah.
worries right now, man.
So this is the movie's Thanos moment.
Yeah, it basically is, isn't it? This is, like, we got
to restore balance.
by destroying half the world and whatnot. Like, oh my God, I've been seeing this trope even before Thanos. I've been seeing this trope. Like, I remember in like 2012, even as far back as like 2012, there was a animated movie, Justice League Doom, where Vandal Savage was the villain, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna basically kill half the world's population with this, with a solar, with like a solar flare and whatnot, and all technology's gonna stop working, and I'm just gonna, take over from there." I'm like, dude, come on, for real? Like, can we just get something a little bit more? And I know they're trying to, shoehorn the whole, nature and man is not meant to meddle with nature and whatnot. I get that they're trying to do that, but
it's not even that man isn't supposed to meddle in nature to an extent,
or at least meddle it too much.
The way that I kind of get this movie, and the way that I've really felt like it works best, is if you look at it as a call that humans have agency in the world, and we need to wield that agency responsibly. So, like, if you want to make it an allegory, you have the orca, which represents man's control over nature, and you have these people that are using it for the sake of destruction, and then you have Millie Bobby Brown later, who uses it to lure Godzilla to King Ghidorah so that they can work out that thing. It's obviously not perfect. I will never say this movie is perfect.
No.
But I do think it has more to say than people give it credit for. You just kind of have to really work on the movie's terms and, work with it. It's a little harder to see.
Mm-hmm. Also, you really gotta love how she's got a PowerPoint presentation.
I know, right?
Like again, like she's got After Earth playing.
Well,
and
she's
all this.
She's trained by the Monarch's best.
and the Monarch's best all have PowerPoint presentations.
Yep.
Constantly with video stuff and just
their
ready
media
to
production
go.
skills are just
like
perfect.
My God. I'm actually kind of surprised no one's in there like, where's she getting all of this footage? Did she intercut it? Is this pre-recorded? Or, like, how did she do
Actually, it should have been pre-recorded. That would have made a lot more sense.
It would have actually, but
It should have been
instead,
pre-recorded.
but you know what?
They
I think
needed the dialogue.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but it would have been better if it was pre-recorded.
You also gotta love that they're be able to get all this high def video call stuff.
I know,
Am I
right?
right? Again, they
And
must
getting
have their
all
own.
4 of those screens
bet
synced
they-
up with the bevel being perfect, so it lines up.
I am, yeah, no latency
Mhm,
issues
yeah.
or whatsoever. I imagine Monarch has its own satellite network.
Probably.
You know, I mean, hell, if Elon Musk can have his own satellite network, why can't these guys? I mean, they do have perceptively all the money in the world.
We're going broke, but we still have these amazing equipment.
Why are you being so petty, woman? You know, I just realized something. You know what this should have been? This should have been the other way around.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah. For real. Like, because we have the white male dude telling the U.S. government, no, it's who is always fucking right in every goddamn meeting that they have. And then we have the woman who is just out of control with her emotions, trying to do this shit. I'm like, this should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
This really should have been the other way around. Like, just replace those two actors. Just switch them out. Seriously. That would have been way better. But no. This is Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. It's all bullshit, and it's bad for you.
And I'm almost half tempted to go into a screed about, as much as I love what they did with Mothra and Godzilla, how much of a heteronormative BS it is. Because Mothra has always been, and in this movie continues to be, coded feminine.
Which is okay, honestly.
No, that's fine. I'm all for female giant monsters who kick ass. Hell yeah. But, you know, we don't necessarily need to gender the monsters' relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
I am
You're
here
not
for a
wrong.
non-binary Godzilla.
That, you know what? That would be an amazing thing.
Well, the problem is it's impossible to code.
Yeah, especially given its history,
Yeah.
too.
You can't
Like-
code Godzilla as non-binary. How do you make Godzilla more feminine?
Give him a pedicure or something, I guess. Like,
Paint his giant claws.
have Monarch that's like one of Monarch's services is just
God.
doing pedicures for giant monsters and fucking spa days. Just Godzilla on an island and with a bunch of volcanoes around, and he's in a hot spring, just chilling with the biggest blunt you have ever seen. Like, it's the size of like the Chrysler Building. God, can someone make a fan art of that?
I would love
Actually.
that. I would love that.
Or hell, just smoking the Chrysler Building in in like a giant hot spring surrounded by like volcanic islands out in the middle of the Pacific. That'd be hilarious. Boy, you really gotta. So, that device that they make, it's really cool and all, but what hardware are they using? I mean, it doesn't look like any. Does Monarch have its own OS system too?
Probably.
Like, good lord, these people have everything.
No wonder they went broke.
Oh, check it out! It's Ice Cube. How did he get back? How did he get down there? Did they just deploy him?
Why not?
Okay, whatever.
I mean, they have the little helicopter things that deployed from
More
the
screen
Argo.
time for him, I guess. Although this is kind of one aspect of the movies that I really wish was like kind of more of the focus on, without being too Cloverfield.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to just see like you're just average people
Yeah.
dealing with this stuff, or just seeing the either the effects and the aftermath on the ground level with these people.
And here we go with Rodan, the underrated
The fire
guy.
god.
He's underrated in the pantheon of Toho monsters.
How many Toho monsters are there?
I don't
actually?
even want to speculate. I will probably say the number wrong and lose all my nerd cred.
All your street cred is
Yeah,
just out the
I know,
window.
right?
This is really fucking cool.
Oh, it's
though.
so great. I really appreciate something that a lot of the Toho movies did that this one also likes to do is show that just merely these monsters passing by causes damage. He doesn't attack the civilians. He doesn't give a shit about them.
No,
he just flies over the city and ruins everything.
Yep.
Wrote that.
The fire demon.
That's comforting.
Yeah,
That's
real
good.
comforting. Yeah.
That's good. See, the writing in this is clever, if not necessarily.
Hey, you also gotta love
complex.
it. You speaking of colors, Rodan,
Yep.
orange,
More ready, but yeah,
reddish orange.
reddish orange.
Yeah, man.
They stick to that color scheme. I mean, Mothra's still very much associated with blue, which I'm like, you could do a little more with that, I think, but whatever.
Maybe like a green, actually.
I mean, there's a little bit of green with Mothra, yeah.
I think they try to go with like a deep blue with Godzilla,
Right.
kind of greenish blue with Mothra, just to kind of be like, oh, they're kind of like a sorta, but not really a thing.
Yeah.
And then for Rodan is like reddish orange, and then Ghidorah is
yellow.
like reddish yellow.
Yeah.
But it's cool how consistent.
Yeah, no,
that
they're
is.
really poster shot. It's
Man,
like,
all these monster
look
shots
at that.
are just.
Damn. This is a movie that I really.
I mean,
hope
this
that
is
they
the
do a
stuff we're here
theatrical
for.
re-release before
Oh
I die.
yeah.
If they don't do a theatrical re-release of this before I die, I'll be so disappointed.
Actually, you know what would be cool now that theaters are kind of, sort of, but not really starting to open back up again.
Yeah.
And if we do get another one of these MonsterVerse movies, it'd be kind of cool if they did it like the Marvel movies, where they just show all of them and then lead into the
God,
next one.
yes.
That would be kind of cool to go see that in the movie theater. Have like a
man.
MonsterVerse marathon in the movie theater. Hell yeah.
They stayed so true to these designs. That is Rodan. Like, you can't mistake that for anything else.
Oh, the shadow shot is cool.
So good. That's very Toho. Because it's a lot cheaper than showing a real monster puppet.
For sure. Shadows, man.
Yeah.
Although this is fucking terrifying, though.
Oh, yeah. No.
If that move's a bust, they should be gone.
Oh, totally.
They're gone.
Oh, so good. Especially that dude. Oh, yeah. He's totally dead.
See ya. A good hang time, though, yeah? Oh, that's cool.
Yes!
He's like, oh, hell no. I am the alpha in the sky, bitches.
I also love Monster Zero is constantly at the eye of this huge storm.
That's actually a really cool
It's
thing.
fucking badass.
Yeah.
It's really is. Like, that's a really cool thing to add to the mythology.
Yeah.
You know? Because what, he's supposed to be like an invasive
Boom!
species.
He's just doing fancy flying and killing shit.
Oh, wait, no, there's this one part that's
I
coming
know
up
exactly
where I'm
what
like,
you're talking about.
holy shit! Because he
Oh.
just wipes them out like fucking flies. Oh, it's so cool.
So good. Oh, man. Like, every shot in this
Get
movie.
out of there! Get out of there!
No, don't get out of there. Don't get out
Well,
of there.
not that way, not that way, not that way! Oh! Damn.
Oh, it was so cool.
And of course, we took a really great beat from Independence Day
Yep.
with all the pilot
Yep.
names, and they all go red. Good shit,
And,
man.
and I think it's about to happen, the thing you were talking about.
Yep.
Boom!
Oh, that's so cool! So cool! It's the wide shot
Yes!
there. That
Hell
was
yeah!
fucking cool.
Hell yeah!
Oh, really sucks to be in the Air Force right now, don't it?
It certainly does.
They all gone. They
They're
all
gone.
did.
Yep.
Oh, must go faster. Must go faster. Must go faster. Go, 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 go. Why wasn't Jeff Goldblum in these movies?
Jeff
Am I
Goldblum
right?
would have been fun in these movies.
He
I
would have
agree.
been. Although I think they would have been like, it's a little too on point.
Yeah.
Right,
You know?
he's already done it. We don't need it again.
Yeah, but let's be honest, he would be a lot more
Aw,
charismatic and
damn.
entertaining. Oh, fuck no, I ain't touching that. Bye.
Ain't gonna tangle with that shit.
Oh,
Oh,
so cool.
so badass.
That's an amazing entrance.
Oh,
Also, if I was on that ship and I saw that coming at me,
damn.
I'm not ashamed to say it, would have shit my pants right
Oh,
there and
fuck
then.
yeah.
Just and as soon if I managed to it's so cool. Good shit. But we managed to survive that. I saw that coming at me. I'm like, excuse me, I need to go change. Like, that was too scary. Also, for the considering how big that ship is,
Yeah.
boy, that thing turns on a dime.
Yeah.
Those engineers don't play around.
Did you notice Ice Cube's little profile picture in that voice chat thing?
Yeah.
Like he's just
Man, they really
growling
milk
at the
him
camera.
actually
They
a lot
do.
more than I thought.
Yeah.
He's not. He really isn't an extra. He's like the bit part
He's
of the
an
movie.
ascended extra.
I get,
Yeah.
and maybe in like the alleged 3-hour cut, he's got a whole subplot.
Maybe.
Like, I need to get home to my family.
Well, I mean, but again, the director even called the 3-hour cut like the miniseries.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm happy we got this at least cut down to a cohesive film.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to see like a miniseries, kind of like what Marvel does with Damage Control.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a miniseries on that.
Oh,
Yeah, we're whipping out something special for these guys.
and something special for the nerds.
Is that like a thing?
It is a thing. That's what killed the original Godzilla.
Oh, okay. Right
1954.
on. I see. I did not know that. I'm like,
And later, and I really hope they steal this idea. Later, the results of the Oxygen Destroyer in Godzilla vs. Destoroyah created a new monster for Godzilla to fight that killed Godzilla again.
you're such a nerd, and I love you.
So I really hope that that's how they end. They take a leaf from Toho's book and end the MonsterVerse with Destoroyah Reborn, with the results of the Oxygen Destroyer, and it'd be especially cool since how offhand it is in this movie. It's just one brief, mention.
Yeah, because honestly, I thought it really was just like movie bullshit.
No,
I legit
it's
thought
totally
it
a thing.
was.
And the little graphic they show with the little ball inside the
Yeah.
canister, that is the Oxygen Destroyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
well,
it is the Oxygen Destroyer. It doesn't do the same thing, because the Oxygen Destroyer ostensibly removed all the oxygen in the water and made it
Woo!
an hospitable environment. But really, the way they visualized it in the movie is it just skeletonized everything in the water, which doesn't make any sense. But it's a 50s monster movie.
how come people didn't die in this?
And here I am
That
just
should have
wittering
killed
about
like
Godzilla
5
lore.
people.
Exactly.
And here
More-
I am just wittering
Not
about
enough
Godzilla
collateral
lore.
damage, right, Sean?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I'm not saying I necessarily wanted to see anyone die there, but it's just like somebody wouldn't have died there.
Yeah, for real. Like, give us more deaths to make us feel the weight of the consequences of this shit.
Ooh, out of nowhere!
Oh, Godzilla for the win!
It's your
Hell
boy.
yeah. He is my boy.
Yeah, waterboard that shit.
Ah, yellow flashes. Now we need some blue flashes. I guess they aren't going to do the blue flashes just yet. They're
Well,
gonna
they
do
still
blue
got
flashes
like it's in the
eventually.
ocean. They kind of
Yeah.
have the overtone, sort of.
Yeah.
A little desaturated, whatever.
I can agree with that. That's good shit.
I wish.
See, now they're underwater. The blue is starting to take over because that's Godzilla's element.
but still, I wish it was a little bit wider.
Oh, I totally agree.
In some of these shots, like it's a little bit too close. I get that
Yeah.
these technically are wide shots because
Right.
they're so freaking huge. But come on, you can go a little bit.
And
You can go a little bit more.
boom.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Took off the
Yeah.
head.
Something I should mention, Michael Dougherty knows what to change. Ghidorah did not have regenerative abilities prior to this movie.
Oh,
He knows what
Cool.
to change.
yeah. Oh,
That was fresh.
yeah, and it's cool. It's genuinely terrifying. But this,
It works.
This is cool.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
mushroom cloud with the greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Although
now-
we talk about the visual effects in this movie, this is the one where I'm like, okay, someone didn't render this.
Yeah, no. To be honest, if they had gone the route of the original and made the Oxygen Destroyer skeletonized things, it probably would have looked better.
At least we got this shot to cover up for that.
I
bad
know,
one.
right?
Like, okay,
Holy
it's-
shit.
It's like, okay, I'm sorry, we didn't render this shot well. We're sorry. Here's this really cool shot of Ghidorah emerging.
This is where we really spent our money.
Yes.
And aren't you glad we spent it here?
Yeah,
Not on fish.
exactly. Because isn't that what he was like? I want to have more Toho monsters, but I also want them to look good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could have more, but I could have them look really, really, really crappy.
Yeah.
And you know what's another thing that you will never unsee? Every time Ghidorah comes on, it's just like, wow, the budget from Mortal Kombat Annihilation got way better, didn't it? Like, wow. They took that model and just, like, supercharged it. I am impressed.
And I also appreciate movies giving us a moment to breathe. This movie is, like, super fast-paced. It throws a lot of shit at you.
Yeah, it does
And
give
now
you moments to breathe.
It's just like, oh, okay, I can take a break for a moment.
Okay.
Well,
Hi. This is some crazy heavy metal cover art right here.
And this is actually coming to be the shot I mentioned earlier, because we said something about, where's your God now?
Yeah.
And we're about to get to the moment where I have something to say.
I just want to see this shot breathe. Wait for it. We all know it. There it is. Dope.
Ghidorah is your God now.
Dope. When I saw that in the theater, I actually was like, fuck yes.
Your petty human deities have nothing on Ghidorah. That is what that shot screams at you.
Can you imagine living in that neighborhood there and all of a sudden the hill you grew up behind just starts moving?
Oh no, holy shit.
Or can you imagine if there's like some hikers out there, like, just a couple of like joggers.
I was having a good day and this shit happened.
Now imagine if you were on that mount.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like a couple of joggers, like, there's like a dude jogging around, and then some hot chick comes around, like, hey, how you doing? You look pretty sweaty. Mind if I come over here? And they start getting at it, and all of a sudden that shit happens, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
I also love the little bit of personality. Rodan just bowed.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just bowed.
Yeah, Rodan just like he's a go with the flow kind of guy.
People, talk about how the human characters, they don't really have any arcs. It's like, well, you look at the monsters.
Yeah.
You look at the
monsters. Fuck the humans.
The monsters have characters in this movie. The monsters have personalities. They're the vibrancy of this movie.
It's just that you kind of wish that they could actually talk and speak. Because it's sort of like in the Planet of the Apes reboot movies, where you're like, humans, whatever. Can we get back to the apes? And then the last one, it's literally like all about the apes.
Incidentally, Godzilla vs. Gigan, we know why monsters shouldn't talk.
Oh,
I'll just leave it at that.
yeah. Let's not.
I'll leave it at that.
Maybe like the most we'll do is like a voiceover.
No. That's what they did in Godzilla vs.
Oh, that's
Gigan.
what they fucking did. Oh my god.
It's terrible.
Oh. Ew. Oh, hey, check it out. It's Miles Dyson.
Oh yeah.
Once again, a scientist dealing with things he really shouldn't be.
I mean, in fairness, at least he's got one of the two Mothra fairies with him.
Yeah. Well, also this time, at least we can thank God he's not working with robots.
Yeah.
Because the last time he made Skynet, and then he made Skynet, and then he made Cyborg in Justice League.
Although I guess they haven't quite shown that the Mothra fairy's there yet.
No, this is kind of, again, I think this just is kind of weirdly shoehorned in, but whatever.
Yeah, I can see it's a little greener and tealier than Godzilla's deep blue.
I wish that they went a little bit greener, though.
Yeah,
just
they could have gone a little bit greener. But then they would be peeking into the color range of the Oxygen Destroyer. You gotta be careful with that color symbolism.
Yeah.
And there's that Mothra theme peeking in the background.
Oh, this is really fucking cool.
I
always love how you can see their eyes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And there she is, the other Mothra fairy. It's not the same character. Teleported to another location. It's another one of the Mothra twins.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous. Also Godzilla's eyes and her wings. Brilliant touch.
Show us your wings.
But she's not fluffy. I want her to be fluffy.
You want her to be fluffy?
I want a Mothra plushie.
You do. You know what? I'll put that on your Christmas list.
All right.
The fucking Mothra plushie.
Big old Mothra plushie.
You're such a bitch, Mom. You let out all these monsters and you keep me grounded. You suck. That is a really good point,
Yeah,
though.
no,
Seriously.
it's-
I got taken out by
yeah.
a fucking giant monster. You want to release more?
Right?
Yeah.
You're fucked up, Mom.
I'm disappointed. There is no Mothra body pillowcase online as far as I can see.
I don't know whether or not that gains you more street cred or less as a kaiju fan. I really can't tell.
Yeah, there isn't one. There's some rather amusing Godzilla one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what we Google in our spare time, you guys.
This is
Or at least
definitely what I Google.
I mean, that's what he
Definitely what
Googles.
Definitely what he does.
I don't know
This
about
is
the rest of us.
This part's really kind of cool.
No, it is.
Where we
yeah.
get to see like the
That
generational
they're-
stuff.
Well, that's actually. I think the implication is that they're the same people, and that they're the Mothra fairies.
Yeah.
Not really generational.
Oh, they're the those
They're-
two are the actual
the Mothra fairies.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's why I said he's got the Mothra fairies.
Okay, so I had no clue about this.
Yeah.
You want to like fill us in?
So
on
yeah,
that?
no. The Mothra communicates with her worshippers through two fairies, the Mothra fairies. They kind of are the voice of Mothra. I don't really know what Michael Dougherty had in mind for making it different for this movie, because it's clearly different.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the
we kinda
Mothra
have to.
fairies in the original are like 6 inches high and
Right.
speak at the same time and are like telepathically linked. But yeah, I don't know what Michael Dougherty planned for these two.
I
or if
think he was
planned
just
anything.
trying to plant that
Yeah,
seed.
for
So he's
someone
like,
else
hey,
to-
maybe we can do this later.
I certainly hope that they expand upon that in future MonsterVerse movies. God willing, they make future MonsterVerse movies.
Yeah.
But it also does make sense why she knows so much. It might not be that
It
she
would
did
explain
research.
a lot,
Exactly.
actually. Although it doesn't explain how she's so quick with those PowerPoints.
Well, when you have hundreds of years to prepare. I mean, Mothra must know that Ghidorah would have come back someday,
Yeah.
right? So
That moment right here is kind of dumb, where they're like, "Did she just say gonorrhea?" Like
yeah,
that right,
that's-
that whole
that's a bit
bit.
stupid.
But
Like
I
that
did
whole-
like this exposition moment where they give the history that he's invasive, he's not supposed to be in here,
Right.
he's not supposed to be in charge.
Which one of the things I was genuinely when I heard that they were going to put King Ghidorah in this movie, because I think they actually announced that they had the rights for King Ghidorah
Oh, I
right
love the
after
woolly mammoth.
2014.
Yeah.
I was worried that they would retcon Ghidorah's origin away from being an alien, and no, they went all in.
Yeah.
He's an alien. I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And
He's
you
a
know what? That
fucking
makes
alien.
sense for what they're trying to do here.
He's an alien. Yeah.
An invasive species that is trying to go in on this stuff, and has a plan to terraform things to his own liking.
Right.
Yeah, good shit. Although,
mean-
can you imagine? Like, I know we're in an safe underground bunker with all this exposition stuff.
Right.
Can you imagine just being, like, we're all in Ohio right now.
Right.
Can you imagine just living right now during these times?
Yeah.
Like, I wish we had that sense of gravity of what the hell's happening all over
Yeah.
the planet. We don't really.
If you
'cause-
look, we might be in a red zone there.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
We're on the
Hey,
edge
but
of
you-
one.
You know what's noticeably hilarious though? The big a big safe zone at the moment there is San Francisco.
Well, you see, it's covered in Godzilla's scent.
Can you,
no
well,
monster's
you
gonna
can, well,
approach
you,
that
can you
shit.
imagine like you lived through the San Francisco disaster when Godzilla wrecked it, and you're like, fuck this.
Do they just have a repeating GIF of Ghidorah just up there?
It
with
looks
his...
cool. We're milking that shot. But can you imagine you're in San Francisco, you survive, and you're like, fuck this. I'm going away from the hot zones and
Yeah.
all the ocean and whatnot. I'm gonna go to Chicago and be safe. And this shit starts happening, and you're like, motherfucker!
Yeah.
And look, we only see this stuff through news stuff. Which,
Yeah.
look, I get it. We're in these safe zones and these underground bunkers with these,
It
people
would be
that
nice
are running
to
it.
see something a little more in the thick of it.
Yeah, exactly. I just wish we could feel exactly what the hell, how devastating this is to the planet and to, cities and people all over the planet.
And I think Dougherty tries to do that more symbolically. That's why Ghidorah has a constant hurricane going on around him. 'Cause
And
that's really symbolic of how he's changing the environment.
And always a cross in the foreground.
Right.
of them.
And, like, and also, that's why he tries to get the human characters like in the actual action as much as possible.
Well, he
So we
does
can try
for
and
the third act.
extrapolate that to the rest of humanity.
Yeah, he does it in the third act,
No,
but
he does it throughout. Like, the plenty of people get like directly eaten by monsters. You have the main character guy getting thrown against the shipping container near the beginning. It's pretty throughout. I mean, it's more overt later on you get, but that's because you just can't have your primary characters in constant peril the whole time and just look unrealistic that they'd survive all that.
I gotta have my character moment here. Why do they constantly let him do whatever the fuck he wants?
I mean, because he's kind of just there
considering what they're dealing with, he's a minor concern.
Right, and he's just there as a consultant. Is his consultancy that effective right now?
Apparently so, because anytime he's in a fucking meeting, he's always like, no, guys, this is how it actually is.
For the rest of the movie, though, does he really have any meetings? Does he really make any meaningful contribution to Monarch?
I forget. Is he on the submarine that they go on? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Now, this is my favorite Mothra moment. Mothra's always been treated differently from the other monsters, and I appreciate that we followed through with King of the Monsters here. That Mothra's treated differently.
You also gotta love the heavenly music as well.
Like, she is powerful, but she is benevolent.
She's the queen of the monsters.
She is the queen of the monsters. They actually probably say something like that a little later.
Though, not gonna lie, there's no way he'd be able to see that without, like, some
no.
intense
he's blind.
sunglasses.
He's blind now.
Yeah.
He's just blind.
See, he's a paraplegic and he's blind now.
And now he's just Blodax. He teleported.
He did teleport, didn't he?
I'm needed in this scene now, so I'm here. Hi.
I was on the call sheet. I'm sorry.
How did you get here? I was on the call.
I was friends. It's like, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm friends with the producer.
Producer's a friend of mine. Teamster just dropped me off. It's cool. Fucking Space Jam. Of course he's still alive. We gotta have him fight the giant monkey in the next one.
And we got a whole other hour left in this movie.
Yeah, we do.
Basically, a little less.
Man, dude, wow, you weren't kidding. Like, Ice Cube's son there.
Yeah, he's
like,
everywhere.
Man, he really is kind of like. There really must have been like a side plot. Like, I gotta get home to my family.
So awesome.
Oh, this is cool.
So
I will say, I really do enjoy this plot device.
Nuking Godzilla to heal him.
Yes.
Oh, that's another long-standing history in Toho's movies.
I believe that.
Yep.
I'm not surprised.
You want Godzilla to survive? Toss him a nuke.
That'll juice him up, right?
Yeah,
That'll juice him up real quick.
He'll pull through.
Yep.
Which I also appreciate. A little bit of minor spoilers for Shin Godzilla, but nothing too serious. One of the reasons why they're so worried about nuking Godzilla is because they don't know if it'll make him stronger or not. Because, of course, the Americans want to nuke Godzilla.
Yeah,
their solution
of course they do. I mean, that's just good commentary.
So, I mean, he's there, but does he do anything? I don't think he does anything.
I think it's more of a...
I mean, has he done much in this entire movie besides flap his gums?
Well, I mean, that's what his job is. He's a consultant. But, I don't think he does really much consulting work down here. I don't think Monarch really needs him at this point.
No.
I mean, they have him around because they don't know if they'll need him, which is fair, and makes sense from a narrative perspective.
And that's also, I mean, how a lot of consultants are treated. Like,
right.
Well, you've had good information in the past. We might need it in the future.
Yeah.
Here's some money.
Also appreciate we got a little look at Sarazawa's watch.
Yes.
We're reminded of the story with his father.
Yes, which was a really good
it was
bit
one
in
of
the
the
first
best
one.
moments of the 2014 movie. Yeah.
Indeed.
No, when they were going over that, I was like, oh my god, this is actually starting to reach something great, and then it just went back down.
Yeah, you're right. Like Kyle Chandler doesn't really have a whole lot to do down here. Although Bradley Whitford gets like all the moments down here.
Oh yeah.
Because this this is the point where I actually kind of love how he hams it up. He's like, whoa, this is really low. Like, what is it, Babylonian? No, this is way older. Like you can tell he's just having way too much fun with this. Let them fight.
That's literally the exact opposite line, and this is what I'm talking about with this movie's theme, man. It's all about how we do have an impact on the environment.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, what part will we play, you know? We can't just hands off it, you know?
No.
We must do something.
Exactly. And that's a really useful message right now.
What? Yeah, for real. These days, Jesus.
And I really wish that they've kept with this direction of Hollow Earth as opposed to the fucking magic portal that we got.
The magic portal with...
I was not pleased with that either.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, look, if you're really going to go this ridiculous, then you better have fucking Hitler show up riding a Tyrannosaurus next to Sarah Palin. Like, if you want to go that route, fine, but you better go all the way with that. Because, yeah, the whole journey into the center of the earth, like,
Yeah.
you see, now I really was half expecting mole people to show up.
I know, right?
Because, like, the fact that it's hollow, like, you know, like, just the ocean tunnels and whatnot, like, that, I'll take that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And that, like, a civilization could have, you know, utilized those tunnels? Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe at a different time when most of the water was locked up in ice, you know.
Or if there were, like, caverns that led down there.
Yeah. But nah, it's one of a fucking magic portal. And it is just a magic portal.
Yeah, it really is. I think they took that line, like, that's how he's moving around so fast.
Right.
He teleports. And
No.
they took that and they're like, no, let's make that literal.
No.
And
Or
everyone
they
was
find out
like,
that they're in
why?
Boston.
Oh, hey,
I
check
love
it out. It's back in Boston.
Back in Boston.
Boston.
Screw the ship. Oh, I love this shot of Washington, D.C. The shipping
Oh, this is
container is
cool.
just a hint, and then you see the whole thing. You're like, oh my god, the whole city's
The
fucking
Capitol?
flooded.
Hey, look, it's January 6th.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess Ghidorah is an invasive species.
He's an insurrectionist.
He's an insurrectionist. There we go. Ghidorah the insurrectionist.
That would be an amazing title. Worked well for
Ghidorah Insurrection.
Hey, it worked well for Star Trek, didn't it?
In fact, I would love another movie named after King Ghidorah. We have one movie where Ghidorah gets so
Oh yeah, here it is.
Deserved the shut up.
No, he can talk all day he wants.
So there's a kaiju skeleton, should be visible at some point in the very near future. Very famous kaiju. Shows up in the vast majority of Showa era Godzilla movies, surprisingly. It's not Godzilla.
The drones. Gotta have our drones. This is...
Where is it? I know it's visible some point in this sequence. I'm on the lookout, man.
As is pretty much everyone in this scene. So, though, this is actually legit kind of cool to look at.
This is genuinely really cool.
Whoa. And we thought that looking and discovering the Titanic was cool.
So, I'm going to tell you guys about the Seatopians.
Oh boy.
So, one of the least well received.
You really
Godzilla
should be
movies.
in one of these Godzilla movies because you spout exposition just as hardcore as all these cats.
So, one of the least well received Godzilla movies. I think it's a little underrated, and I don't know. You might have been with me when we saw it, but Godzilla vs Megalon. I kind of had a mental breakdown because it was that silly and ridiculous. The Megalon was unleashed by the Seatopians, which were an underground culture of an underground culture that predates all cultures on the surface world. and have elements of all cultures on the surface world.
Those paintings are huge.
They are huge. So this is Seatopia reimagined for the
nice.
for the Monsterverse.
Oh, seriously though, how did they make murals that fucking huge?
I wish I had an answer.
I know, right? The only reason why they're that huge is just so you could really understand the gravity of these damn things.
Right.
And we could see the hieroglyphs in full, because if they were really as like actual size of like real hieroglyphs, we would never be able to make them out because they're too small. Well, we need to make them like king size, big time.
Maybe they were messages left for the Titans.
Maybe.
That would make sense why you would make them that big. Maybe there were attempts to communicate with the Titans.
Well, you know what, Warner Brothers, if you're listening to this, like maybe that's a movie to go
what?
off of.
Warner Brothers, just hire me. I guarantee you, I can pull out a much better Godzilla script.
Oh, dude.
Than just about anyone else who's talking to you right now.
That's not arrogant at all, is it?
No, I'm confident.
And the reason they won't hire you is because they heard your comment earlier about wanting the CGI to look like people in suits.
I can write. I'm not someone you should have in the director's chair. Put me in the writer's room.
Right, but see, they're worried that you might write it in such a way, hoping that there will be people in suits, and that's also not what they're about.
This movie was written such a way it would hope that there be people in suits. This movie's written exactly like a Showa era movie.
Strategically failing drones.
Water pressure.
Well, it's also the radiation in there.
Yeah.
That's fucking it up. But you gotta love how two immediately fail, and there's one that lasts just long enough before we can see that.
Yeah. See, you like it. You like it.
Oh, I do
You
like it. It's just really... I just wish the rest of the movie embraced that level of dumb. You know?
Godzilla.
Embrace
the dumbest... dumbest best line in the movie,
the
really.
scene that's about to happen is really dumb. I think this movie's pretty dumb throughout. It's maybe less bombastically dumb. I mean, this dude's gonna reconnect with Godzilla before he nukes him and kills himself.
Yeah.
As a sort of like spiritual connection. That's dumb as hell.
Hey, man, don't yuck his yums.
Also,
I am yumming his yucks.
Also, seriously, like they couldn't, with all the assets they have, they couldn't have called in like a nuclear strike on this. Like seriously,
How do you call it a nuclear strike in the hollow Earth?
Yeah. Plus, it could potentially. Well, I guess it's still the same problem with destabilizing the core as being, detonating a nuclear device down here.
I don't know. There just has to be a different way you could have done this.
I don't think there is.
Well, you know what? You know what the real reason of it is?
Well, you got to get Serizawa to have his moment.
Yeah, but fuck this shit.
Also, I think it's also a matter of Ken's just like, all right, I've done 2. My contract's up. I don't want back.
No, that's what I was gonna get at. But Jesus Christ, Washington D.C.
I know, badass. Some of the most badass visual effect shots in the industry.
They're stopping.
Because Millie Bobby Brown's saving the world.
That three-armed or the 6-legged mammoth is fucking cool.
That is fucking cool. I've heard like maybe a little bit here and there. Maybe it's just fan wishes of that getting its own movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'd see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have the marquee value, so it probably won't in the near future. It doesn't have the marquee value of.
It would be nice to have it as like a supporting character. You know?
And honestly, I want them to just start making versus movies. Like, just start making versus. Just call them. Just make Godzilla versus for like 5-6 more movies.
Who would you have them go up against next?
Doesn't matter. I
Or
just
hell,
want,
you know what? We could just have have Godzilla not show up, but have Mechagodzilla
you
fight
could have
some stuff.
you could have some Mechagodzilla movies. I could watch them.
Sure. I mean, I know they're kind of trying to set up like this Mecha Ghidorah.
I do want to see a Mecha Ghidorah reappear. Mecha Ghidorah's been in one movie.
Oh shit.
Only one.
Well, I mean, they had the head.
Yeah,
in that post-credits
and
bit.
one of Ghidorah's heads was replaced by a robot in that one movie.
So there you go, man.
So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's when I left the movie. I'm like, and I even like gave you a whole big plot synopsis that involved that this Apex company was working on a Mecha King Ghidorah, and unfortunately that's not
Right.
how it planned out. But no, there's a lot of hints towards a Mecha Godzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah.
Sweet.
I would love to see Mecha King Ghidorah.
Make that shit.
But obviously, this series was not made with a plan. Except it works because Star Wars has. I would jump to tracks. Star Wars didn't work with a plan, and this did because this is supposed to be really stupid.
So
Star
one
Wars
of the
is supposed
things
to
that
make
annoys
sense.
me every time I watch this,
What's that?
it's just like, gosh darn it, Hollywood. Get better vehicles for the talent that is Ken Watanabe. For the love of God!
Right.
He is way too good for this movie. I'll agree with that.
I will say this though, because like you said, Sean, like he's like, I imagine like Ken Watanabe's like, you know what? I really don't want to appear in these. Let me die.
Right.
So
Let me die.
I'm gonna explain why Ken Watanabe's death, Dr. Serizawa's death in this movie works so well. So, Dr. Serizawa in the 1954 Godzilla movie.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Was
hilarious
the scientist that developed the oxygen destroyer that killed Godzilla. And because the whole thing is like nuclear metaphors, he's very much like the Oppenheimer mindset of like, oh my god, I've created this, horrible thing. It needs to be destroyed. So he goes about destroying all his research, right? But then he's convinced, you know what? Godzilla is the threat that this oxygen destroyer was made for. So he continues to destroy his research, but he still agrees to deploy the oxygen destroyer. So he goes himself in a diving suit to where Godzilla is recuperating after a fight to deploy the oxygen destroyer at expense of his own life. So what we have here is an echo and inversion of that moment, and it works very well. He's surfacing to deploy a nuclear weapon to revive Godzilla at expense of his own life.
My god, you are such a nerd, and I love you, and I love how this movie just... It strokes you so well.
Right,
you have multiple kaiju
But this is the reason we need him here, because this movie is such a love letter to all those movies, and we need a psycho fan of those movies to point out how it is a love letter.
Yes, this movie was made for people like me, and this is why no other MonsterVerse movie could possibly compare.
Yeah, and you know what? I can see why, because, after all, we've stated many times before,
where do I get a nuke in a cooler? Asking for me.
But no, Michael Dougherty is like a huge fan of these movies,
and it shows.
This is a fan movie made for the fans.
And this is why I don't for a second believe that Gareth Edwards is as much of a fan as he claimed to be. This is the kind of a movie that a Godzilla fan makes.
Oh yeah, you gotta love how that. You gotta love how that smoke perfectly clears away.
Oh, it's perfect. He's my big handsome boy. Trailer shots, poster shots, they're everywhere in this movie.
I also love this. He just takes off the radiation like, I don't care.
Because it doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter.
He's dead. And
Yep.
he knows it. This is what he was. This is what he needed to do. He's making peace with the force that destroyed his entire family.
Yep.
Because he recognizes that power isn't inherently evil. It's a very iffy metaphor, and it's very easy to read it in an uncharitable way, which is a fault of the movie. But it's still, if you play on the movie's terms,
there is this part right here
so good.
when the explosion's good. I like the fact that there's like no sound. It's very well handled, but all the archaeological studies that they could have done.
Yeah.
You know,
tragedy.
like all that civilization, all those pictographs, like all these archaeologists, like, oh my god, I'm gonna excavate all of this stuff, and we're gonna study all of this, and we're gonna archive it. Nope, bye, gone.
Well, I mean,
there's
to
definitely
be fair,
more of it elsewhere now.
Would you rather have an Earth to have archaeologists in it?
I'm look. That's the thing, because when they blew it up, I'm like, oh my god, all that data is gone. But the thing is, the movie didn't remind me. Oh yeah, the entire planet is under siege.
Yeah, that's
at the
true.
moment.
They could have done that.
I wasn't reminded of that
I just
part.
realized this.
What's that?
This scene mirrors the initial threat dominant scene from earlier in the movie.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
You know, they're all like keeping an eye out for Godzilla. They know that it's out there, and Godzilla slowly does make an appearance. But it's like, you know, this whole mutual acknowledgement of coexistence. And of course, classic theme.
Yep.
Now this is worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah.
This shot alone, with this music, with this effects.
Yeah. My boy's juiced.
He's ready to cut loose. And I love it. It's
Intimidation Zoom.
This is the intimidation display again. And you'll notice it's switched to a different part of the theme, the darker part of the theme, the less triumphant part. Such good fucking scoring.
You guys blew up my home.
Once again, it's like this is perfectly mirroring that moment.
Yeah. Still,
except there's a whole different context now.
Still, though, I feel like Godzilla should have at least roared at him because as like a fuck you for blowing up my house.
The point is that it's not a fuck you. They've both grown as characters. Godzilla recognizes that the humans have helped him survive. Because he saw Serizawa.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So there's this
and
recognition
suddenly he
that
went from being horribly injured to horribly strong. So he was like, oh, good.
Yeah. So there's this recognition that they can coexist, that they can work together. Hell yeah.
So I guess that was his contribution. He has to literally hand them the book.
Yeah, that was his contribution. That's why Monarch needs it. Here you go.
It's humans.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
He gets a lot of the good lines in this movie.
Right.
And people have the audacity to say that that the characters are all uninteresting. He's a lot of fun.
He's not exactly memorable. I think it's because he doesn't get a whole as much screen time.
I think he's plenty memorable.
Well, put it this way: if he was actually in like the star of the movie, and not just like a supporting, I think it would have been a lot better.
I don't know, because then you run into the issue of making Jack Sparrow the lead. You know?
Okay.
He's definitely the comic relief. You can't place him in a lead role.
Worked for them. I'm just saying.
I mean, did it though?
Well, it did for the first two anyway.
He wasn't the lead in the first two.
Was he?
No, the leads of those movies were absolutely Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom. They were the emotional like arcs of the movie.
Okay, but he was
around
better.
them. He was in it and he stole the show, but
no. He's entirely correct. There's a reason those movies sucked after the first three.
Exactly, because they got rid of their leads and focused on Jack Sparrow, who is just not lead character. Yeah. He's comic relief, and it works as comic relief.
Well, I'm gonna have to bring your ass back for when we do Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm more than happy to sit through those.
Dude, I've already told you, like the first trilogy, I am a huge fan. Huge fan.
I think I'm mostly just a fan of the first one. I respect the sequels, but I think they just got a little too bogged down.
First two I'm a fan of. The rest not so much.
Yeah, I mean once they start becoming like mythology focused movies.
That's
so awesome.
Cool.
As I said, I really like the first three. After that, I'm very much like, ooh, no.
I've only seen the first three. So.
Stop retconning right now.
Oh man.
I think you
Every
should
shot
get
in this
inside.
movie.
You should get inside. You should really get inside. Thank you.
Like
No, you're
most
dead.
movies have like 1 or 2 hardcore poster shots. It's like they did every shot in this movie they wanted to be a poster shot. It's like they looked at every single shot in this movie. It was like, how do we make this epic?
Oh, the rain.
I know, so good. The oncoming storm.
And you know,
Right
you know,
there.
I was expecting like a bigger jump scare, and I'm glad they didn't do that.
No, they didn't.
Because we already had one in this movie. We don't need 2. That's cheap.
So awesome.
Damn.
I also like the updated Ghidorah roar. It's just reminiscent enough of the original Ghidorah roar.
And enough to be its own thing.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't fuck with Godzilla's roar. If Godzilla's roar is not recognizable, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But you can, with the other monsters, you can have a little more play. You can do a little bit more different.
Something to actually respect about the director. He
Yeah.
actually made a point to get the Godzilla's roar in this movie even closer back to the original than the last Godzilla movie.
Right. Because you don't fuck with Godzilla's roar.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good reaction.
Okay, she's dead. She's
dead.
dead. Bye.
She is
Nope,
dead.
you're dead. You're dead. Goodbye. No.
Oh, man. So badass.
The only reason why she's okay, that was a concrete brick.
That hit her.
That's
is
no, you're not running.
Yeah.
Bye.
She's
That
dead.
orca, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason why she survived. Is
Yeah.
because the orca must live. The MacGuffin must live.
As you are often so fond of saying, movie bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, movie bullshit.
And again, you really gotta love the hardware that they're using, because that thing does not break
No, it
through
doesn't.
this entire movie. You would think that would be the easiest thing in the world to just smash.
Why do you think
the
they
laptop
ran out of
case.
budget?
Really?
I love it. I love it.
Oh shit for the win!
Hell yeah. My boy's back in town.
Godzilla comes to Boston.
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah, boy.
And the most, like, America shot you'll get out of one of these movies.
Yeah.
I love her smile right there, though.
Fuck. Yes.
Oh, with the Air Force behind him
Yeah.
and everything.
This
Fuck
is just,
yeah.
This is literally all they needed to show the military to get their military budget.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you saying we're gonna have Godzilla walking alongside the battle? No, you have whatever you want.
Let's throw in the Air Force too.
Yeah, you have whatever you want.
And once again, all them flashes of blue and yellows, man.
And we have a classic Godzilla theme over a fight. Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay, seriously, kid, you should be dead. Run.
this is perfect. This is literally Godzilla movie perfection. It doesn't get any better than this.
Although God forbid
Yeah,
that
I love just the framing they do here.
Oh yeah.
the charge, bitches. Oh shit!
yeah!
Zoom in.
Yes!
Woo! Although God forbid we should have one of these fights on in the middle of a clear day.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Say, isn't Bradley Whitford's character? Isn't he supposed to be based off of Rick and Morty?
Oh, I think I heard that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear he's like modeled after Rick Sanchez, and they even gave him a flask to drink with half the time. I guess that's why he's probably one of the better side characters. Oh Jesus!
So good.
Oh yeah, let's just land in the middle of this fight, because that makes sense.
So I remember
in the middle
hearing
of the trashed baseball field.
I remember hearing some people complain that they still cut away from a lot of the fights in this movie. But here's the difference between this and the 2014 movie. They cut to stuff that's actually interesting.
Oh!
That has effect on the overall characters and narrative of the story.
Okay, you know what? If the first two soldiers got vaporized like that, if I'm like 5 dudes behind, I'm like, oh fuck no, I ain't getting out of there. Fuck no, I ain't searching the perimeter. Fuck this. Get us out of here. I'm out. So so can we just say this is probably like the second worst thing to happen to the Boston Red Sox?
Oh, man, so
Boston.
good. I think that the bite placement might be identical to one in GMK.
Maybe. Oh shit!
I wouldn't put it past Dougherty to do that kind of shit. Or maybe it was Final
Blast his ass! Yeah. Oh
here
yeah.
She comes.
Ooh, the way she was closing her eyes,
Yeah,
she might be right,
No,
man.
she's totally the Mothra Fairy. This has like been pretty much as 100% confirmed as it could be.
Oh, there's a little bit of fuzz.
No, but
Yeah.
there's fuzz, but it's not fluffy. Like, seriously, if you guys haven't seen the original Mothra design from the 60s, look it up. She's a plush toy.
You're such a fucking nerd. love
no,
this.
she's furry.
I
Sure.
really hope those of you listening at home are just as big of kaiju nuts as
better
my boy
be.
Mike here.
Yeah, but no,
'cause-
like, she's a plush toy. Look what I'm talking about here. Plush toy. I was really worried because they actually, Mothra got a toy figure revealed before the movie did.
Rodan!
And the design was slightly different, and they made Mothra look a little weirdly more feminine in the early toy design than she wound up in the movie. And I was like, are they seriously trying to sex up Mothra? But the design we got does not feel sexed up at all, so I'm pleased with that.
Get in the car! Get to the chopper!
You can have monsters being romantic, but the moment that monsters get sexy, that's when things get a little weird.
You mean Japanese?
Well, at least
not
they don't.
even really.
Well, just wait. If he gets, just wait. It's about to get weirder when they bring in the giant squid monster. Then it becomes full hentai.
Sometime you want to watch some actual Japanese kaiju movies, we should watch the Gamera trilogy, where there is absolutely a tentacle monster that absolutely does get rapey with a teen girl.
Oh my god. No, I think no. You know what? I think I'm probably just gonna watch that that one shitty alien movie ripoff. What was it? Galaxy something.
Was it
I know
Galaxy
it
of
had.
Terror?
Huh?
Was it Galaxy of Terror?
I think so.
Okay.
I know like James. That was like one of the first movies James Cameron worked on. Like he wasn't a director or anything. He was just like
yeah, he did a lot of
effects.
model work back in the day.
Yeah, Galaxy of Terror. That's
I was
it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. We Googled it because we're lame.
Well, I didn't have to. I just didn't know you were talking about Galaxy of Terror.
I was. Also, seriously, kid, you're in the middle of a giant monster battle. You decide to go home?
Well, I mean,
look,
If they're gonna die comfortable.
Hurt Locker logic, right?
so
Oh, fuck,
awesome!
that's cool. Fuck, that was cool.
It's so fucking cool.
It's so. Although everyone in that ship should be blind.
Oh yeah, totally. They're blind as bat.
The monster equivalents of miniature nuclear weapons are going off.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like don't look at the Flash. Yeah, y'all get the hell out of there, man. Just let them fight. Let them fight.
So awesome. I'm
It's
just
raining
in
ships.
awe now. There's nothing to comment on.
Just seeing this on the biggest screen you can. Like hell yeah. Ooh. Get them pincers.
Yup. Just making it clear like I am no one's bitch.
I'm the queen of the monsters, damn it. Don't you snap at that beak with me. Oh. Damn.
So good.
Damn, that was cool.
I don't think that's a weapon Mothra has historically had.
Who cares? It's cool.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Exactly. You
at
just
all.
have to. There are times.
It's like Ghidorah's regeneration, right?
No matter how big of a fan you are of something, you have to sometimes just say, "Who cares? That's cool."
Right.
Well,
Right,
that,
again,
that to your
Ghidorah's
point
regeneration
earlier,
theme.
the director knew what to add and what to
Yes,
keep traditional.
Exactly. My only note on any of the way the monsters were treated is I would have preferred a more traditionally designed Mothra, but honestly, even I must admit, it would have looked fucking silly. Having giant, brightly colored plush toy flying around, yeah, it would have looked a little silly.
Especially going up against a fire demon.
I would prefer it, but that doesn't mean it's the right decision.
Oh, hey, you know what? Rodan going up against Mothra lends itself to is that they could have totally have like Mothra's fur getting caught on fire.
Ooh,
Have some
yes.
singed stuff. All right, and also, by the way, I don't care that you were in the bathtub.
She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
All the main characters are dead several times over by now.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, the fact is, like that bathtub would have been cracked anyway.
Yeah.
With all that debris. No.
Actually, hold on.
What?
If it is a plated cast iron one, then not necessarily.
What are the
Just saying.
odds that they would have a glass
Actually,
iron tub?
guys, you know what? The real surefire way she would have been able to survive this?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
She's gonna get into the fridge.
Actually, if you think about the Boston area and the fact of how old it was and and how they used to make bathtubs, it's actually entirely possible.
Okay, sure.
Fine, but you know what? It would have been funnier if she was in the fridge.
Okay,
I
here
agree.
we go.
I do
Oh my
agree.
god, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drop your ass.
hell yeah.
Hey, Godzilla. Not so much of an apex now, huh? Hey, Godzilla, can you fly? You got wings? No? You got wings, bro? No?
And I think that's a deliberate visual callback to the Halo jump scene.
Oh, okay, right on. Okay, should there be any skyscrapers left? There shouldn't be anything.
Fair enough.
Nothing. No. Yep,
Oh,
there it goes.
Man. So awesome. Just so awesome.
Hey, honey, you've had a rough day. So have I.
Everything hurts.
Oh, ow. Everything hurts.
Oh,
Go, Mothra. Go.
oh. I wish you guys could see my face.
Just that single tear, am I right?
That's basically it. And now we get the burning Godzilla.
Because God forbid we gotta have a Deus Ex Machina with some last ass pull power levels.
So
am I right?
I think this is going to be the last of my Godzilla history lessons. But
no, it's not.
in
No, it's not.
in Godzilla vs. Destoroyah,
Oh my.
the big inciting conflict of the movie is that Godzilla's heart was melting down. This not only superpowered him, but also gave him a distinct red-orange glow emanating from his core. That is clearly what Michael Dougherty is referencing with his Burning Godzilla design here. In fact, it was called Burning Godzilla back in the Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. Oh, and furthermore, this is also something people don't notice very much because Godzilla Final Wars wasn't the most popular of Godzilla movies. But you see how King Ghidorah is sort of like siphoning energy off of Godzilla? He did that in Godzilla Final Wars, although technically it wasn't really King Ghidorah, it was Kaiser Ghidorah, but I'm not going to split hairs like that.
You know, Sean, there's no way we probably could have been this extensive if we had just done the show together.
Oh, impossible. Impossible. That's why he's here.
My God, Mike.
I had to be here. I had no choice.
I'm pretty sure all these average viewers are like, I don't understand anything that he's saying, but I'm really fascinated.
Hopefully I would have name dropped a couple of movies that people should check out.
Absolutely, dude. Like, shit. Because I think you remember when this movie came out, you actually said to me, this is the perfect gateway drug into
Absolutely.
into the other movies.
Absolutely. You can definitely, as you watch more Godzilla movies, if this is your first, you're going to be like, oh my god, they did that in King of the Monsters. They did that in King of the Monsters too. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, so anyway.
Right on. Yeah. So hopefully later on, like, that's probably one of the reasons why this movie's going to age a lot better than the first one. Is because it's going to be because it's so closer to the Showa age.
Yeah.
That you'll be like, oh, this is going to be like a gateway drug to like those older movies
Right.
for a new generation.
And I mean, those older movies are just as dated as this movie's going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Just as dated. I mean, and more so in some respects.
Yes.
You
know, the shot of just Godzilla going parallel with the Earth to go kick into one of the monsters.
Yeah.
So silly. Actually,
now, by the way, am I the only person who doesn't read this so much as self-sacrifice as fleeing prosecution?
I could see
a little bit.
But the question is, do you think she would prefer prosecution or death? Because she knows she's going to die.
I think she'd prefer death to the consequences of her actions. I think this is less self-sacrifice, more like, I don't want to face the consequences of how bad I fucked up.
I mean,
One
maybe.
more reason why it should have been the dad in this position and not the mom.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, guys are dicks. I'm sorry. Yeah, any guys out there? No, for real, we're
all
assholes.
dicks. Yeah.
We really are.
There is a reason dick is synonymous with
exactly.
Uncaring individual.
You know, for all the things that have happened for all these other characters, she's fine. Right?
Right, like
yeah,
that's
fair enough, right?
That's
like,
the
in
accident
the
that
car,
kills
right?
somebody after
Like-
all these other disasters?
Yeah, like,
That's the
come
one?
on.
Oh wait, she is fine.
Oh yeah, she is fine. She just got launched through the
Yeah.
windshield.
She just got the wind knocked out
It's
of her.
not. Yeah, she's fine.
She'd pull through if it
no,
wasn't for
no
Brain
broken
Godzilla.
bones. Not even her face isn't even
Yeah,
cut
I
off.
know,
Like
right?
what the hell? Your terminated motherfucker's still better, but whatever. Oh, this is so cool. Is it getting hot in here or what?
Oh man,
Mike, you are literally shaking with anticipation.
I am. Yes.
Oh, dope. Holy shit.
And you get a little bit of Mothra. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
Mothra silhouette
Oh
explosion.
shit, he shredded his wings, man.
Try and fly now, bitch boy.
Yeah, like, oh, you like it? Yeah, it's like, oh, you were mocking me for wings earlier. You got wings, Ghidorah. You got wings, huh, fool? You got wings.
Yeah, he's missing two heads now. Oh, so cool.
Step on me, Godzilla. Once again, really good, like, kind of teetering into
Yeah.
that kaiju porn, isn't it?
A little bit.
Okay, seriously, all of this is gone.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
there's
the
nothing
East
left.
Coast, New
Fucking
York,
toast.
Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, gone.
Depending on the direction the wind's blowing, that's most of America for the nuclear radiation too.
Yep.
You know what would be hilarious though? Like show all that destruction, and for whatever reason, like Providence, just like one city over, it's fine. It just somehow missed it.
And you'll notice the human characters are gone from the entire rest of the film. There's not a lot left, but I don't think we see them at all.
No, because it's
And if
mostly
we
about
do,
the monsters.
it's just a shot or two. Oh man, this was so cool. Hell
Oh
yeah!
shit!
Fuck yes!
Eat that! Eat 'em! Eat 'em!
All right, we get that couple reaction shots.
Oh shit!
Regenerate from this.
Yeah, regenerate this bitch. Zap.
Oh, so good.
So
So wait.
satisfying. Well, what? What?
Head disintegrated. Head disintegrated. Head disintegrated. Where the fuck?
The
did
one
that
from
come
earlier that he ripped
Oh,
off
right,
in the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They explain it.
No, they
It's all
explain
good.
it.
It's
They
all
explain
covered.
it. They explain it.
Yeah.
I should have more faith in this movie. I should have more faith. I
Well,
apologize.
you jerk off to this like every other day, so I'd say,
Not literally.
come on. You're there too, like Godzilla, step on me. Which in your case, you will be squashed. Oh, hey, look, it's another Muto.
Ah, fuck him.
Rodan, like, I'm not dead, and I'm subservient to you
It's
now.
like, you had better be. Fucking bow, motherfucker.
Okay, I don't give a shit anymore.
And the rest of you two don't think you're fucking off the hook.
Well, you really gotta love. Don't you love how they all convened in Boston
Yes.
now? Like they just magically were they on like during this whole fight were they just like on their way to watch the show? That maybe that was the case. Although
the chanting is ramping up.
Although very astutely, people on the internet pointed out, Kong is nowhere to be seen here.
That is true.
Because he don't bow to shit. Yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Godzilla wins. Yeah!
I wish I could sing along, but I don't want to get you copyright claim.
But it's cool. They got Blue Oyster Cult for this.
Actually, it's a cover by the composer.
Oh, right on.
Do you know who the vocalist is?
Who?
Serj Tankian, the guy who did the vocals for System of a Down.
Oh, okay, right on.
And you can hear it if you listen.
What I like about this is they did point out this is the first time they've ever actually used the song in one of the movies.
Very true.
You would have think they would have done that, like even back in Roland Emmerich. You would have thought he would have done that, but no,
honestly,
we had
it's
to
a
have,
shoo-in for the Roland Emmerich movie.
We had to have what was it? Pop Daddy or
yeah,
Puff Daddy? What was it? I know he did like some song that was totally a ripoff of Led Zeppelin's Kashmir.
Well, it sampled the riff of Kashmir.
But either way, like you couldn't have done that. You couldn't have taken this Blue Oyster Cult song.
I know,
like,
right?
This shit was made for a movie like this.
Oh yeah.
You also gotta love all the Easter eggs that they're dumping in here.
Oh, a shit ton. A metric fuck ton. I'm not even gonna bother.
You really do have to freeze frame a lot of this stuff, like all the redacted shit.
We would be here for another hour.
I do love the fact though that they make sure that they're showing Japan with arrows going to Tokyo with the lyric "There goes Tokyo."
Yeah, that was clever.
So perfect.
I also love even they're like, yeah, we're taking like the kaiju crap and we're using that to fertilize fields now.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, right on. That was a really cool idea from Pacific Rim. So much good shit here. Oh,
and
another egg.
Another
egg. New Mothra egg. Yeah, man. We could probably. There's so much shit to be spun off of all this stuff, and I think Michael Dougherty was doing that as a.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey, look, Skull Island.
I mean, I would say if honestly, I think this is the case. If Adam Wingard had not fumbled a lot of the world building in Godzilla vs. Kong, Michael Dougherty would have ensured that they could have made movies for decades.
You know what? Michael Dougherty really should have just been directing.
I fully agree.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Yup, there it is. Our tease. Big Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, boy.
But yeah. Oh my god.
So
movie's still fucking fantastic.
So really, well, we all know how you feel, Mike.
Right.
You've been jerking off the entire time. Pretty much.
Basically.
At this point, I'm gonna have to clean up that floor. My God, that's a mess.
I make no apologies.
It's worth it. It makes for good for entertainment for you guys listening at home. But yeah, what about you, Sean? You have just as good a time as he did watching it like a couple of years ago for the first time?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a very enjoyable movie, and look, I love the fact that the credits Godzilla himself, and Mothra herself,
yeah, I love that.
himself.
Wonderful little bit.
But no, it's fun, but I think like most people, it's like you gotta be in the mood to watch this movie, or like this, have the right group of friends to watch a movie like this in.
Oh, totally.
I really enjoy monster movies, but it's like I don't want to watch a monster movie every day of the week.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm gonna throw in at the drop of a hat, but like when I'm in the mood, it's like, oh yeah, this is what I want today.
This shit is like a really great burgers and fry meal. Something you won't want to eat every day, but when you got a good group of friends together for an afternoon, after, like you go hit the arcade, you go to a burger joint, and you want to kick it back with some friends, this shit is the stuff to chow down on.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll take that. Yeah, for sure. I sure as hell enjoy it. I mean, look, I admit that there is way too much exposition in this, kind of a little bit more than there probably should be. And in all fairness, it does move along the plot and all, but I'm just going to say it. Damn it, I like me my exposition. Usually in the morning when I want to watch like some movie clips from my massive collection, I'll just pop something like this in and just like listen to them talk, because I don't know why, I just like hearing it. It's like it's fun to like speculate on the history and all the different ecosystem stuff and all these weird concepts that they're clearly setting up movies for.
So
like it's just fun.
So my film blog post on this was primarily focused and organized around the fact that this movie has a 40% or had at least at the time that I wrote it, a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And
do you think it deserves that number?
Fuck no, it doesn't deserve a 40%. 40%? Are you kidding me? Like, this should have like a good. First off, I should say that Rotten Tomatoes, like going off of that, totally stupid.
Right.
Like, people are like, oh, Citizen Kane is now 99%.
That doesn't matter.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's still one of the best. But look, Rotten Tomatoes, the whole thing doesn't really matter to me. But really, this should be. I guess it's actually really telling how underground this genre is.
Right.
I
think that this movie was hugely and grossly disrespected by critics simply because it is a giant monster movie.
Yeah, in a weird way, and audiences.
Because,
it's audiences too, though.
Well, yeah, but I critics is where it's more obvious that this is the case. But it kind of bothers me that a movie like Gravity, which probably about had as much going on in terms of theme and narrative,
right,
gets praised to high heaven, wins a fucking Oscar, and then this movie comes out. And they say it's like one of the worst, one of the worst monster. It's actually the lowest rated MonsterVerse, if I remember correctly.
The lowest?
Movie.
You're kidding.
That's insane. Let's pull that up right now. See where we're at.
It was at the time I wrote that thing on my blog post. I don't know if that's changed. I don't think it has.
Because that's ridiculous.
All right.
I was trying to Google this at the same time.
Yeah.
No, I'm on it. I'm pulling it up right now. It's loading.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of tabs open.
42%.
Yeah, from critics, but from audiences, 83.
Right.
Now,
but I was mostly talking about critics in that review. I didn't pay too much attention to the.
Look at all them visual effects artists.
To the audience score.
Good lord, the visual effects artists.
They're the real heroes here.
On these movies, it looks like the fucking Vietnam War memorial.
And I have to imagine though that it has to be because of again, if the critics aren't like Mark here, if they're not that steeped in everything.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because honestly, for me, I should probably see this should be like 60-70%.
Yeah, no, that I would totally be like, all right, you know what, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I understand that not everyone digs giant monster spectacle, and if you don't dig giant monster spectacle, you're not going to dig this movie.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
There's just not enough going on otherwise.
It's this is really it's like it's almost too hardcore.
Right. This
movie's too hardcore for Rotten Tomatoes,
was made
man.
for me. And I was very happy that this movie was made for me.
There is one other criticism we can legitimately make as fans, and look, Kong Skull Island had fun with its credits.
Yes.
Can we have fun with credits here?
This is lame.
Like, come on, can we get like a bunch of news articles and shit?
Yeah, like they did that real fast, like all the flash and stuff with the song, and then they're like, and now boring credits, and I'm like, you couldn't have extended that or something,
right? Yeah. You could have, dude. You could have had like
Hollow Earth imagery,
or hell, just like a what do you call it? One of those clipboards of all these news photos and stuff, and all these articles and all these theories and drawings and shit like that.
Or if they really wanted to blow their load and spend a lot of money, just put a bunch of clips of Showa era Godzilla movies in the background.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That would have just like made my life.
But that would have been very expensive.
That would have been ridiculously expensive.
Very
prohibitively expensive. My gosh, like
even Monarch couldn't pay for that shit, man. Like if Monarch was existing and had that kind of money, no. Show the Toho would be like, just give us half your budget.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, no way in hell. But it was pretty cool, though. I just, I kind of wish that had a little bit more in there. Because, like, especially for these big tentpole movies that are going off the Marvel formula, and you have your end credit sequence that builds more sequels and whatnot, do that fine. Make us wait. I'll wait in the theater with the credits. I will, but
Yeah.
make it fun.
Yeah, no,
You know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2
yeah.
did it best, where you're just sitting there watching the credits, and you're having a blast, actually.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm. You need fun credits. You really do. And when you don't have them, like, you just got people kind of being like, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
old suit actors.
Didn't one of them actually see this? Or no, it was he saw the 2014 one and was very pleased, but he didn't get to see this one, sadly.
Yeah.
Sad. Oh shit! Our end credits bit. What's gonna happen? This is legit kind of cool, and though the fact that we got spoilers, I guess, for Godzilla vs Kong, we did get Mecha Godzilla there, but it's crazy we didn't get to have Mecha Ghidorah. Because they set that up right
with
here.
The fucking control system skull bullshit we'll get to, and I'll have stuff to say, I'm sure.
Maybe. Although I hear, it's kind of a rumor going around that the next film they want to try is Son of Godzilla.
Okay.
Which
be interesting.
should be, again, like...
Because they're not going to do the same thing the original movie did, because it won't work.
No, it's probably going to be its
so it'll
own
have to be
thing.
something completely different.
Yeah, or hell, it would be interesting to try even, like, Son of Kong.
Now, one thing I do hope, and I don't think they're going to do this, because I don't think American audiences are going to accept it. I want them to still have a father-son dynamic that's part of the core theme there.
Right.
I think that might be a little too silly but that was one of the strongest parts of Son of Godzilla, was the fact that they had that there. I think humanizing the monsters is the key to longevity when you're dealing with this franchise.
Yeah. But and actually, you know what? Son of Kong might just be the logical step for the next
Son
one.
of Kong would probably be better received than a Son of Godzilla, because people don't like to think of Godzilla as a father. People will shit themselves for Kong as a father. They will love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially since they built up, he's the last of his kind.
Yeah, you could totally do something like that.
Yeah.
So, but either way, that was really fun. That was still fun. Now, again, I know how you are, Mike,
Of
but
course.
Sean, I'm actually curious. How does this one, now that you've rewatched it and re-seen it, by comparison to the other two, like we've seen, like is this one any better?
I mean, I very much still enjoy this. I don't know. It's hard to say. It probably edges out Kong, but I mean, I really enjoyed both those movies, but I enjoyed them for different reasons. I think one of the reasons, you were talking about the Rotten Tomatoes score earlier. I think some of that just comes off of the fact that I'm not huge on how they play the family dynamic, and we've even said throughout this that's like, they should have had the roles switched, and just that plot is not great. Everything else I love, and I don't even mind the performances from that dynamic. I just don't like how that dynamic is written.
Yeah, totally,
so,
absolutely.
To me, I just don't necessarily think it tracks with like that is the response to the loss. So. Yeah, that for me just still doesn't work quite as well. But then again, there's some of that kind of BS, is why some of the plots and things don't work well in Kong too. Like, not everything's fleshed out enough. But as far as, this goes, very enjoyable. Happily will watch it again.
Especially with you guys, my God.
Right, and that's just it. It's like
the walking Godzilla encyclopedia here.
It's a fun movie to watch with a buddy and to just be like, hey, let's watch some monster movie silliness.
For sure.
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
It's really great, of course, because when you watch it on your TV or your laptop or, God forbid, your phone, it really takes away a lot of it. Like, you want to see this shit on a big-ass screen, man. Because especially shit for scenes like when Godzilla is like flashing his lights, like you want to see that shit on a big fucking screen, man.
In a pitch dark room.
Yeah, but either way, it's been a fun time, and now we get to do the final entry so far, at least. I hope they do more, but we're gonna be going into Godzilla vs Kong, where the The giant ape fights the giant lizard. It's gonna be honestly, and I had fun with that one, but we'll get there when we get there. I know Mike has some quarrels.
I have thoughts.
It's going to be interesting to see what, if anything, they do from here. And also, I mean, I don't know how they're tracking, success and profitability in the age of COVID with,
Right.
straight to streaming releases. So
We'll see. I mean, and who knows? By the time people like really start listening to this, there'll probably be like 3 or 4 more of these out already.
Right.
Hopefully that's the case anyway. So hopefully when y'all are listening to this, you're like, oh, wait till you see all these movies. Like,
Right.
It'll be good. But that's all for now, and we'll be back again next week for another episode in Kaiju. And we'll be back when the giant ass ape punches the giant ass lizard and destroys like half the stuff, and there's also a robot. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fucking fun. It's gonna be way stupider, and I'm kind of here for it. So I've been Tim,
I've been Sean.
and once again you blew out my microphone. What's wrong with me, Mike? Come on. See you next week, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. Peace.